There we go. We are live. Sort of live. But not really live. Sort of live. There we go. Okay, we'll let this populate just a little bit. We're going to open some mail today. We are going to go through the Great Plains Moto Meet Ride. Can't touch the table or we shake the camera. Need to figure out a better way to do this. If you are in the chat, let us know who you are and where you're from. Hopefully this worked on the YouTube. I'm having trouble with this whole trying to sync this stuff up thing.
I see you were doing that.
I was doing that. All right.
Oh, it does say.
Man, I should just send a Beards the link. Can you guys hear us okay? It worries me that Bird is so excited about this.
Why? Something gonna jump out at you? It might.
I don't know.
Be a bunch of corn.
My name is Brian. I live in Nebraska. I live in Nebraska. Sweet.
Brian, you guys are funny.
So good. Excited about next weekend yet? I did have the salesman that was going to hook us up with the demos and stuff hit me up today, and I was like, yeah, he ain't coming. He said that's no problem. Whenever you guys decide to come, he said we're good for whenever. Just give them some notice. We can go ride whatever we want, whatever they got.
And it can be all four of us.
Yeah.
Time.
Used bikes too. He said he doesn't care.
Really?
Used bikes?
No, it'll be all four of us.
Oh,
at
right.
the time.
Yeah. Yeah. I said used bikes.
Right, Heather?
You didn't say used bikes. I said used bikes. Oh. Okay, so we won't take up a bunch of your guys' time tonight. One thing we didn't bring down was our iPads.
I have mine.
Oh, okay.
Well,
I'm going to wait for. So if you're going on the Great Plains Moto Meet Ride, in a little bit we will show you guys where we're going to meet up at. So we do at some point, yeah. So I asked him about Pan Americas because they had one on the demo truck, but when I called there to ask him if I could go ride the Pan America, he said the Pan America was scheduled out for the whole day in like 10 minutes. I'm like, come on, man, just let me go take it out. And he said if it was up to me, he would, but it wasn't up to him. It was up to the dudes on the truck. So, yeah, there's that. Also, we've got shirts being made, too. So, where's this one? We got shirts being made.
Yeah.
A friend of ours is making us some shirts. So they should be pretty cool, too. So, should we just get... Should we just get right to the skinny of it?
What do you need me to have my iPad for?
So later on we can. I'll let you do the mail part. How about that? Everybody wants to see you anyway.
Right.
Right. Just scoot that chair up a little bit.
Ooh, I see stickers. Should have like little music on.
If I could figure out how to do that, I would. What's love?
Ooh. Cool.
Where's it from?
It's from NVA Rider.
Nava Rider?
Those are cool. Not NVA.
Should show them. We're going to get better at this, I hope. So there's stickers for the wall.
Sticker.
I don't know how long ago these were all sent because there was a problem with the post office box.
That one, cool. And wait, there's more. And a poker chip. That is so cool. This is on poker chip. How cool is that? That's cool. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing?
I was petting the dog.
Oh, okay. So that's one. Thank you. Oh, Nope, there's nothing on paper. So what are you doing?
You just get to work. All of this.
All right. Should have done a boomerang like thing.
I don't
Like
know what
that,
to
throwing
do.
that up in the air, you know.
Yeah,
Before we went
yeah,
live.
we should have done that. We got dogs barking in the background.
I think she needs to go out.
She can wait.
Okay, so this is from El Buffalo, from Albuquerque. Ooh, lots of stickers. They're just falling out all over the place. Is this one? Oh gosh, I'm so really bad at this. I didn't even see it.
Back up a little bit. Tip it down. There you go.
I can't do it.
Oh, this is El Buffalo from Colorado.
Just,
Maybe.
he's not from Colorado. He's from Albuquerque.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
See, you can't do it any better.
It's your ring light.
That one kind of shows up. Oh. You're just going to have to ask him for stickers, guys, so you can see them yourself because they're really cool. Says, thank you for watching my channel. I hope to continue to enjoy my rides. Please accept the sticker as a token of my appreciation for your time and support. Ride safe. El Buffalo. This is pretty cool. It's even got a buffalo on it. There you go. You can kind of see it. Pretty sure everybody's laughing at me. Why am I doing this by myself?
Because I'm doing stuff.
He's doing stuff, guys. Oh. This one is from, is it Katy, Texas? Is that right?
There's no excitement.
Because you're busy. That's why.
Crystal Forest.
Dig your channel and thanks for watching too. Paul on the Run.
Cool. That's a cool sticker.
That is cool. I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you guys.
All right.
How do I do this?
Can you reach the light controller?
No.
You got a better chance at it than I do.
Okay.
Don't rip your mic off. Oh, it's wireless.
Connected to me. What do you want me to do?
I don't know.
Can't turn it down.
Turn it up a little bit. This is awesome. This is no. Too much. Just point it up.
Gosh, you're bossy.
A little more. There we go.
Is that better?
No, it's not at all. Shiny stickers. There. Oh, shiny stickers, man. All right. Okay, we're good. So these are stickers that we got in Sturgis also. The Beards is laughing at us. We don't do this as much as you guys do, Holmes.
Is that better or not?
The Bearded Bob. I'm gonna hide it behind the computer.
No, it was better, right?
No. Anyway, we got Bearded Bobber stickers.
See, it's
there
not
we
as
go.
easy.
You just gotta get it down in the corner. These are going up on the sticker wall also. And yada yada. And man. So this is, we just got home like 45 minutes ago. We were riding.
Chestnut Mountain Man.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want it to be really loud in my mic. Pretty sure it's pretty loud in my mic.
My knife is over there.
Oh wow, we got like a letter, guys. Here, you get
I'll do the sticker
stickers.
guy.
Stevie-Bo, I'm glad that I found your channel on Ruckus Rides.
Okay, nice and slow.
I sent you both my stickers. The square sticker is my original. My latest sticker is the round one. Look forward to checking out your channel. Stay safe, ride safe. Ron. And this is what?
Chestnut Mountain Man.
Chestnut Mountain Man. Say that really fast.
And there's the mountain with, I can't. Okay, so we need new lighting.
Look at that. That's like
neat.
what I do when I
Long.
tape things. You can see how
My knife
taped
is
up
over
that
there
is.
if you want to use it.
Motorcycle Mama.
What's everybody drinking tonight? Oh, this is an old one.
This is a very old one. I don't know where your knife is. I don't see it
Okay.
anywhere.
That's because it's in my pocket.
Motorcycle Mama. Look at how much tape she used. She like made a whole envelope of tape.
Goodness, Jackie, I don't even know where to start cutting at. Miss Stevie got a cup holder for her bike today too for the world record
Did.
poker run. She got a Zero 3D light, her cup holder.
Cup holder. Man, these are really old.
These are, but we had trouble with our post office box, and we didn't know we were having trouble with our post office box.
I feel like I need to play music or something. It's so boring. Oh. Those are cool. Not my local shops, of course, but we recently visited them.
Mm.
So one Springfield, Missouri,
I
Denny's,
don't even know if I should show these. These are old.
Hideout,
I miss Motorcycle
Harley
Mama,
Davidson.
but
Aww. You want me to read her card? She read a lot.
Nine Locks Brewing. I'm unfamiliar with that. No, it's all right.
I talked to her this week.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
I miss her.
She knows. These are from the Badgers. That's like way long. You guys know who the Badgers are, right? I'm pretty sure.
No idea.
Don't need to.
Who are they?
Well, I guess I probably should show the stickers because
Yeah, because nobody's ever seen their logo. No, you gotta hide it behind the. I got this. You gotta. Reflective stickers, man. No good.
There.
No good.
I'm fine.
No
You're
good.
fine. We're all fine.
No. This is a shit show right here. Isn't it?
That's what I was gonna say.
No more ring light. Who thought that
Can
was
they
going to
turn
be a
it
good
off?
idea?
Then they won't be able to see us at all.
Nope. We're
Works
just going to
good
go
for
with it
my
the way
stuff.
it
I'm gonna show this one.
is. They've seen the
But that's
Badgers
Sunny.
logos before.
That's Sunny.
Oh, Sunny
It
the
says
Badger.
Sunny. And then this one's a cool one too. Watch for motorcycles, support bikers. That one's cool.
So when we thought nobody liked us and wasn't sending us their stickers, they were all going to another box in the PO box. So yeah, we got them all at once, which is awesome, right?
I'm sorry. This one.
Oh, that's Geelong Harley Davidson. So I bought a stocking cap from Geelong Harley Davidson down there in Australia, and
I know where it's at.
told them all about I was a YouTuber and stuff, and all of that. And Colin, the guy that owns the place, signed my stocking cap, so I don't want to wear it now, but I probably still will wear it. But
These are so cool.
you're just like off on your own little world, aren't you? Walton, PA. He's got a good channel too. I like his channel. You can see that one. Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, great. It's reflective. That's going to be.
That one's just like a matte one, but it still looks really good. But look at this one.
They're not even going to be able to. It's going to be just a.
Oh, it's shiny.
Oh.
It's neat. It's shiny.
We've got stickers like this.
Shiny things. Pick them up.
These are going to look cool on there.
I sound like a man. I need to get over this cough. I do. It sounds stupid. Ruckus Rides.
You got that one. Florida.
Yes. Cool. I love it when they put personal notes in there. I don't know why.
You're already reading it.
Well, I didn't think you wanted me to.
Oh,
this one just says thank you, Jim.
Oh.
Ruckus
What's up, Jim?
That's cool. I like those. We each get one.
Oh, I thought everything was for you. Remember, you think everything that comes in the mail is so that's what it is. You got to sneak up on it. You got to start here. And you got to sneak up on it.
I don't know who this is from, but I guess we're gonna find out, right?
You will when you open it. It looked official, so
down under.
Throttle down
under.
From the Australia.
That's cool. I like those. I
So
like
yeah, we're gonna have lots of stickers for the. Oh, that worked again. Snuck up on. Oh no. Oh yeah, there we go.
Oh, this is from him. I thought I was getting a different package. Sorry.
You opened the same package and thought you were opening a different package?
No, I thought that was with something else.
Oh.
Sorry.
Here's some stickers from the Aussies.
Ron. Not us? Or
Oh,
Oz?
from Oz. From
Rob.
Yes.
Okay. I can't read that.
Hmm.
Tomek?
Open it and
Tomek.
find out.
Tomek.
Is this a recent one?
That says May 10th, guys.
Oh, we're moving up. We did not put them in numerical order and dates or anything.
I know what the beard's waiting for, though.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoy your channel. Here are some stickers. Your friend from Colorado, the adventure. Tomek.
You butchered the name.
I did?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. These are cool stickers, too.
They're cool.
We got a lot of stickers to put on. I like that.
Yeah. Well, they're all yours, so you're gonna let me put them up.
This guy.
Well, listen to this guy. Okay, so if everybody is going on the Great Plains Moto meet next Sunday, we're gonna do this rain or shine, guys. 30% chance of rain right now. That's gonna change probably, but 30% chance of rain right now in the afternoon, or no, after like 11 p.m. I don't know how many of us are gonna be out after 11 p.m. But
Sound like a dad.
yeah. But we will meet at Frontier Harley Davidson. Now, Frontier Harley Davidson, they told me today, does not plan on opening on Sundays this year. Which, I mean, whatever, right? You know, they're like used to be the only dealer that was open on Sundays, but I guess they're not going to now. So we won't have to worry about being in anybody's way. So we can but there might be a riding class going on.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll stay to the north end of the parking lot when we get there. Just to stay out of their hair, just in case there is a class going on, because I don't know if you guys have ever shown up when one of them classes are going on, but people just like walk up and line the fence just to watch somebody drop their bike. And I don't think, I mean, as funny as that is, I don't think that's very cool.
They did that to me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Bunch of bikers.
So we'll stay to the north end of the parking lot. We'll have the whole parking lot to ourselves though. Blacktop is coming. Roll Tide 530 is coming also. Adventures of Redbeard, right? I'm so sorry, I just butchered that probably.
Or is it Redbeard Adventures?
Redbeard Adventures from Oklahoma City is coming.
And
Two-wheeled.
Jennifer, his
and
wife.
Jennifer, his wife. Two-wheeled and his wife are coming from South Dakota. If you guys don't know their channel, go look it up because they're pretty fun people. Dustin and his wife. They are on the east side of South Dakota, and they own a furniture store or mattress store. A mattress store. What?
I don't know if anything's gonna like blow up out of it, or
I'm scared. So the box I just cut is, you guys are never gonna be able to see this, but it's the thumbnail. It's from Baggers and Brews, and I gave Bert shit for probably a year.
has it been that
I
long?
don't know. It's been a while that I wanted a hat, a DeBeard's hat, and he gives me crap about Nebraska corn not being as good as their corn. Has a packaging list. I think that wouldn't be very fun to open that. Oh. What do we got here? Oh, that's just name your own brand. Okay, so I think we're safe. Not exploding corn cobs or anything like that. Oh, look at that.
Is so cool.
That's awesome. Thanks, man. Like I said, I asked you guys your t-shirt sizes for a reason. So when we get those, we'll get those coming. That's awesome.
It's cool. You're gonna let me touch it? Oh my gosh.
Mate, it's the last time you touch it.
That is so cool.
Thanks, man. That's awesome. What? You can put it on if you want.
No, you're fine.
You're not wearing a hat. You can put it on. It'll be the last time you put it on.
I'll get it red.
No, because your hair.
Yeah.
That's awesome. It says Garden State though. Is that why you guys have the best corn? Because you're the Garden State? All right. I'll share it with you. New Jersey and Nebraska have the best sweet corn. How about that? Not had New Jersey sweet corn though, so I'm not gonna stand behind that too much. It should go on the world record poker ride. It will. It'll go on the world record poker run.
Absolutely.
Amy will wear it on the world record poker run at every stop.
Every stop.
Every stop.
When I do my little video. Right?
Yeah, your little live videos.
I'll wear your hat. Give you some advertisement there.
That's awesome. Thanks, man. That is.
That's fun. That's what we should do from now on.
What?
We should just have people send us hats.
Yeah, everybody send us hats. Everybody.
We can have like a hat wall.
Hat wall.
Just not just a helmet wall. You know?
Yeah, that's a great idea.
That was a great idea.
It is a great idea.
There they're called. I have to really go. Come on.
Like she just left the room and everything.
Sorry.
You could have done that in here.
I didn't want to do it in my microphone.
Okay. Oh Lord. So I asked Amy a question today while we were writing, and I think I'm going to ask her here on this live stream too.
Really?
So being a female writer and all that, what would you say got you into writing? And what would you say to somebody that asks you if they should write, as far as females?
Why I got into it? Because I wanted to prove to myself that I could actually do it, for one.
You need to put your microphone back on.
Oh, man.
Amy's been in the sauce. I don't know if anybody can tell that. Amy's been. Brian says you got the Rona.
No, actually, I was sick last week. And this cough stays around with you. You know, coughs so
You guys hear her better now? Oh, Lord.
Sorry.
So, you should definitely have some more. No, I'm serious. You should.
No.
Yeah. Amy's been in the sauce.
Anyway. To prove to myself that I could do it.
What would you say to somebody if they said, I want to do it, but I'm scared?
That they should do it anyway? I mean, I wasn't scared. I was more, I don't know. I wanted to prove to myself that I could do it, and there's not very many. I mean, there's more women writers now than anything, but how do you do it?
No, keep going. You keep going.
I don't know. It's a thrilling thing. It's like a challenge. It's something that I didn't ever think that I would do, and I'm glad I did it. But it was just, I don't know. I wanted to prove to myself that I could do it, for one. For two, I just wanted to do it just to do it because we had a free class. Because you traded your bike in.
Right. So we got a free class because at the time, the guy that owned Frontier Harley Davidson, if you bought a bike, you got a free class.
Right. And I didn't want to let that go, but that was the reason why I took the class. But then once I started taking the class, I didn't want to jump on the back of your bike with you anymore. I just wanted to take off. It's just the only way I can describe it though is it's like riding a roller coaster. It's real thrilling and it's carefree.
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely think they should not be scared by trying it because you're not going to know unless you try. But it wasn't that difficult. I thought it was going to be hard. It wasn't hard.
That's the thing that people don't understand is that riding a motorcycle, though you have to have the skill,
Right.
but it's not a hard skill to start picking up on. And it's also something that you kind of have to learn as you do it.
True.
Um, and having a starter bike helps a lot because I think the Fury helped you a lot
Oh,
having that
definitely.
as a starter bike. Um,
But
I
didn't
mean,
know
Heather's
I
got a good starter bike too, her little 250.
Yeah.
I was an idiot when I went to a motorcycle shop with a buddy of mine when I was 19, and he was buying a bike, and then I thought, maybe I should buy a bike too. And I'm talking to the salesman, and it's the same salesman that he's using. And of course, it's Crouch Rockets back then, though, right? And I said, well, but I don't want to worry about the insurance. And he said, no. He said, you got a good driving record. He said, you'll be okay. Your insurance won't be that much. And the bike was I bought a 2-year-old bike at the time. It was a 90 something. You're taking your mic with you, just so you know, in case you go potty or something. It was a 90 something 1100 Ninja, and that was probably one of the dumbest mistakes I've ever made in my life because I rode it straight from there and I to the insurance company, and Brent Harson, my insurance agent at the time, was getting out of his car to walk in when I pulled up on the bike, and he's like, "Oh no, what did you do?" And I said, "Hey man, I bought a bike. I need to put insurance on it." And he said, "Do you want to put full coverage on it?" And I said, "Well, yeah, I think I have to because I got a loan." And he said, "It's not going to be cheap." And I'm like, "Man, I drive a Camaro. I already got a Sportster. I already pay high insurance. You know, how much or sports car? How much can it be?" And it was $230 a month for the insurance alone. So yeah, that hurt. So I only had that bike for probably, I think I had that bike for 7 months before I finally gave up on it. It was when I had to put it away for the winter. It's like I'm paying all this money for this bike and I don't even get to ride it right now. So, but I mean, I was just thinking to myself, wheelies, right? Because I even asked the salesman. I was like, "Well, will this bike do wheelies?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, this is a wheelie machine." Well, yeah, it's an 1100 Ninja. It's a liter bike. It's never even been on a street bike before. I've ridden plenty of like 250 and 500 dirt bikes and stuff like that, and those are big bikes for dirt bikes. And yeah, that's a whole different animal because you could be going any speed you want in any gear and twist the throttle and the front end will come up just like a dirt bike. But I also got in a lot of trouble with that bike too. May or may not have been tossed in the clink one night because of that bike. All charges were dropped. If I see you in person, I'll explain this story to you. I'm not going to do it on here. All charges were dropped, but yeah, I went to the clink one night for that one. That wasn't very cool either. But then I got on. Then it was after Genome. What's up, man? And then I got on. We got married, and then you were pregnant with our youngest.
Not when we got married.
No, I'm just going through
right?
the timeline, and I don't remember what it was. I just got the urge. I wanted a bike again, because that's the perfect time to do it, right? When she's 9 months pregnant, and yeah, Anyway, she was 9 months pregnant, and we went to the local Harley dealer when they were still on 27th Street, and had no idea this guy in bib overalls comes walking up, and I'm like trying to beat him down on price on this Road King, and because I'm thinking, man, he's just like a guy wearing bib overalls and a t-shirt, and stuff. Well, come to find out later, it was the owner, and we did become really good friends with him.
Yeah.
Still friends with him now. He's a great guy, but he doesn't own it anymore. But so we got the Road King, and then I couldn't get her on it at all. Couldn't get her to ride with me, and I'm thinking, this is a big bike. This is a touring bike, right? I got a big bike. What?
I just had a C-section.
Couldn't get her on at all. Anyway,
ride it.
so the reason that I remember that she was 9 months pregnant when we bought it is because I remember riding it to the hospital while she was still in there, and I still had in transits. I remember that very well.
I don't remember that at all.
And that was April. And so I couldn't get her to ride it at all. Couldn't get her to ride it. I think we had it for probably, well, it was the next spring. Her mom was over, and I was going to go for a ride. And her mom said, I'll watch the baby. Why don't you go for a ride with him? And I still don't think you wanted to all that bad. I think she felt pretty forced. But, I mean, we went for a, what's up, Austin?
And Ozarks?
And Ozarks? What's happening, guys? So then and we went 16 miles. We went 8 miles south of town, turned around, and came back. And then the next weekend, my parents were watching the young one, and we were on our way to St. Joe because she just wanted to go for a ride then. And I said, well, we'll go for a ride. We'll even go for an overnight ride down to St. Joe to, start her out slow and stuff. She packed everything she possibly could. She packed her curling iron. She packed her hair straightener. She packed every piece of clothing that you had. No, never mind. Anyway, so I got to take a pair of underwear and a pair of socks because she filled up both saddlebags on this Road King Classic. And it was a Classic too. I had a leather bag, so you could like bulge them out. It wasn't like the hard bags where that's what you got. You could bulge out those leather bags. And so she wore capris. She wore just a regular zip-up sweatshirt. And she wore tennis shoes.
I don't think there was. I thought they were sandals.
No, they were tennis shoes. They were like Skechers tennis shoes. Like early 2000 Skechers tennis shoes, if that tells you anything. And so she's miserable on the way down there because we've got the stock Road King Classic seat. And on the way down there, she's cold. She's
at night, towards the evening when we left.
She's miserable. She's in pain. And if you guys don't know Miss Stevie very well, when she feels this way, she doesn't stop telling you that she's this way. Ever. So that was Friday night. We left. We got to St. Joe, stayed in the hotel, did the thing. And then the next morning when we woke up, I chose the Best Western. It was the Best Western at the time. I don't know what it is. But it was right across the interstate from the Harley dealer because I wanted to go to the Harley dealer. So we walked into the Harley dealer thinking that I was going to get some little trinkets or something like that. Did you wear capris as well? No, I did not wear capris. I had
pants on.
I had cowboy boots, blue jeans, and a long sleeve t-shirt.
But I did not dress for the ride.
No, but I was not cold. I don't get cold very easy though.
I only remember it was towards the evening, so when we went up over a hill, we went down the valley, that's when it got really,
it was
cold.
warm and then cold down at the bottom.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. But that's one of the best things about riding, I think. But I digress.
So rode before.
We went to the Harley dealer, and I'm thinking I'm going to get some trinkets or something like that. I was even getting some stuff for the kids, and stuff. And next thing I know, she comes out of the dressing room and she's got a Harley long sleeve shirt on. She's got Harley pants on. She's got Harley boots on. Pretty sure she got underwear and a brassiere and socks and all that stuff. And now we've got to figure out how we're going to get everything home. And she even picked out a seat while we were there. Lo and behold, they didn't have it in stock. So we had to wait until we got to our local Harley dealer to buy the seat. But so, I mean, it's that easy that you get pulled in. And she was pulled in and hooked. 6 months later, I had an Ultra. 1 month after that, we were going up to Beartooth Pass. The next year, we went to Knoxville, and we went and did the Tail of the Dragon because we went to the Hog Rally,
Right.
the National Hog Rally, and that's what we went to Billings for. Also,
That
when
was
we
fun.
did Beartooth Pass, that was fun.
That was when you went really fast,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
So the guy that was leading the group, he walked
Mhm.
up to me and he says, "Yeah, you're not gonna be able to keep up with me, so don't even try." Well, I kept up with him, and she was mad.
It
'Cause
was scary.
it was fun though. Dragging floorboards like that. She was not prepared. She was not prepared. But I had already taken classes with my cousin and stuff, so learning how to do that. Riding like that and not having a passenger is you need to slowly bring your What are you doing? You need to slowly bring your passenger into that. What are you doing?
I was just reading the comments.
Well, you can have this if you
I
want, and you can put them up
touch
there.
the mouse.
Yeah, I don't really care.
Oh, look.
Lots of sauce. Spent the trip budget in one stop. Yes, she's done that before though too.
Never ever.
So then Amy was on the back with me. I mean, constantly. I mean, we rode everywhere together. We you good? we we rode everywhere. I mean, we were riding to family reunions. We were riding to this. We were riding to that. We were riding everywhere we could. And the whole time we're riding this Ultra, I was growing tired of it. I didn't like the fairing on the front, and I did a lot to that bike. I mean, we Stevie O'd it big time. It got to the point where when they got a new part in, they like called me and told me, "Hey, we got this new part in. It's brand new. You'd be the first one to have it." And I'm like, "Yeah, I gotta have it." But the whole time, I'm looking at this fairing, going, "I want to see what's on the other side of the fairing. I want to see through this." So that's when I told her, "Hey, I think I want another Road King," and she was cool with it. But this time I didn't want to buy a brand new bike. I didn't want to order the bike. I wanted to find a bike that had some of the stuff done. And when I found this one, this is one that Frontier, and I'm sure a lot of other dealers do it too. They will put a bike together and put it out on the showroom floor. They'll put handlebars on it, pipes, wheels, everything, chrome front end. They'll build the motor a little bit, and just to kind of show you what they can do. It's not necessarily just to sell it that way. It's to show you what they can do to your bike. Well, a gentleman bought this bike, and this was one of them that Ryan put together. And Ryan, one of the mechanics in the back, and they put apes on it. They put chrome controls. They put the streamline collection on the entire bike and stuff. And they put Screaming Eagle exhaust on it, and they put a chrome front. And they did a whole bunch of stuff to it. And the guy bought it, and he had it for 6,000 miles, and he decided that he wanted a fairing again. So he traded it in. So I got that bike used with a lot of that stuff. I mean, I've done a wee bit of stuff to it. But in the process of buying that bike, I sat down with the salesman at the time, Scott, and I said, and Amy went up to go look at something. I think I don't remember what it was. Might have been to use the restroom. I don't know. But I looked at Scott and I said, "Hey, Scott, if I give you the cash for a riding class, will you then tell Amy that you're throwing a riding class in for free?" And he said, "Yeah, you get a free riding class anyway." So Oh, that's cool. And then I even told you that right away when you came in. And this is the gig. I was gonna get you a riding class and say it was free, but it's free now anyway. So, um, but you were still a little bit reluctant about taking the class.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say that I was scared. I was just nervous, not knowing, but that was the whole point. Learn how to ride. So I get that.
But it was more, I wanted you to do it just in case something happened to me. Or if we were somewhere and I threw my back out and I can't hold the bike up, because that's happened. Or I mean, worst case scenario, right? So we're not just stuck there waiting for somebody to come and get us. We have a way to get home.
Hmm.
But then she came home from the second day of the class, and the day after that, we went bike shopping.
But it took us a while. I mean, I didn't get it right
It did,
away.
because at the time, Frontier didn't have anything that you wanted,
I wasn't sure what I wanted
right?
because I'm still new to the ride. I mean, I was still new to the riding. I mean, I never rode a four-wheeler or anything on a farm
Right.
like you did. You were around all that stuff. I
But
wasn't.
then I'm gonna throw some honesty out here. Okay.
Uh-oh, here we come.
She didn't pass the course the first time,
I
but
did
they
to the
invited
end.
they invited her back the next weekend to do it again for free because they wanted her to not lose interest in it. So,
But I really think I was just, I had it in my head at the end of the test.
right,
And whoops, sorry. But I know or they knew that I could do it.
right,
Because then I led the class the next weekend.
right.
So that was fun.
What's a 1%er? Um,
That's right. It
so
was.
so then I mean she's getting excited about this and she's in it now. I mean she is 100%. She's going to have a bike, and I'm in the back of my head thinking we need to get her one so that she doesn't lose interest.
And it wasn't that I was going to lose interest as much as I had it in my head that I know how to do this, but I was just had no confidence. And I was having a hard time with my turns.
Yeah.
And it's just something you have to work on.
So then we found her a bike, and it was the Honda Fury. That was a funny story too, because we walked into Star City, where I had actually bought my Ninja from years before. They were in a different location, obviously nowhere near the same people that were there. Um, and we went walking around, and you looked at a lot of bikes there too, because you were actually looking at one of the Harleys, one of the used Harleys that they had.
Right.
And the salesman came up to us, whose name was Dustin. And Dustin said, "Well, what do you think about a Honda Fury?" And I had seen Honda Furies before, but I had never been in the same building as one. At least I didn't think I was. And he said, "It's that white one up front," and your jaw dropped. And she, it was within 3 minutes of that
just leaving to go let him in.
you decided that she decided that she was going to have that bike. Um, the fun part about that was watching her just blow up with excitement. Um, I mean, when she decided that she was going to buy it and we had bought it, she sat on it different. She when she sat on it, she looked at it. She looked at different things on the bike now because now it's going to be hers, right? I mean, it's official. So now I'm going to look at the detail of it, and that was exciting for me watching her light up when she realized that it had aftermarket exhaust, it had aftermarket forward controls, it had aftermarket grips and stuff like that are impaling. Because while we were setting this setup up, I walked into that spike grip with my kidney. Oh, it hurt. But watching her flip from I'm looking for a bike to now I own a bike. Like I said, just the way that you sat on it, and even in the dealership, was different.
My face lit up.
Hmm.
Mhm.
So then tell them. So then we went and got it, and I rode it home because she wasn't ready to ride it home.
I wasn't ready to ride in Lincoln.
But we brought her helmet just in case she wanted to. That's our like first full face helmets too.
Yeah, they were horrible.
Yeah, they're icons. They're great. But then tell them about the first time you went and rode it.
I was scared to death, but it was so easy. I couldn't believe how easy it was. Sorry. It was fun. It's a fun bike, but when you get on that bike, all you want to do is go fast. I think we're like really behind in the
No, we're not.
everything.
No, we're not. Right here.
Okay.
So.
What?
Okay, I'll tell them. So the first time, the highway, not too far from us, well, it's about 35 minutes from us, was closed at the time because they were repaving part of it. And they had the road completely tore out. So half of the road was still open going up to this other town. So we rode up and down that road a bunch of times because it was closed. There was no traffic on it. And we went to turn around one time in the town, and then we didn't have Sennas, but we had communication devices. I don't even remember what they are, Yukon or something like that, or something like they were like $20 on Amazon or something like that.
I'm so glad you're
for
telling
both
all
of
this.
them.
I don't remember any of this.
And we went into the town to turn around, and they had just armor coated their streets. All of their streets were armor coated, which they put the oil down and they put the rock down on top of it.
Oh.
So it was fresh rock, basically, that we were riding on. And she was riding with her feet straight out, because she was scared of the rock and going around turns and not leaning the bike at all, and just duck walking it around the turns. And I wasn't going to say anything, we'll work on this later type of thing, right? And we were getting ready to turn back on the road that was closed then. I think her muscle memory left. Because
panic setting.
she dumped the clutch. That was when I started being really impressed with that bike. She dumped the clutch, did this massive burnout. It was on rock. It wasn't just on pavement, it was on rock. And she was heading straight for a mailbox. And I was yelling at her to pull in the clutch. I don't care if she's whiskey reining the throttle, just pull in the clutch, kill power to the bike. So she pulled in the clutch and she turned the handlebars and then panicked and grabbed front brake. And I'm looking at this bike going, yeah, it's going down for the first time. And she stopped it from going down, and it was leaning over past the point of return. But I didn't realize that.
Oh, yeah.
I'm thinking this bike's going down. That's it. First time, whatever. That's why we bought this one, because it was cheaper. And she muscled it back up, and I'm like, wow. I was very impressed with how easy. And then she did that 9 or 10 more times probably. But she never dropped the bike. So it stopped with your handlebars turned. With the brake.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She did that. Learn that technique.
She did that a bunch of times. I'm showing your new chaps, Josh. Really, real cool, bud. But I mean, she's still. So that scared the living crap out of her. Pretty good. She did not hit the mailbox. It was all good. No, it's all right. Let you do your thing.
Go ahead.
You're not a good multitasker at the moment. Too much sauce.
Shut up.
Too much sauce. She's been in the alcohol. It's fun though.
It was a good day.
It's fun though. But watching her progress then, and then learning the confidence from all of that, and then one day it was obviously last year.
Huh?
Well, last year in April.
Oh yeah.
We're laying in bed and I'm thinking it's going to be a miserable rainy day, and I grab my phone and look at it and I'm like, whoa, it's going to be like 70 today. And she said, and I'd never heard her say this before, and I hope I never hear it. Well, I hope it's a while before she says it again. But she looked at me and she said, I'm going to go buy a bike today. And I'm like, oh yeah, okay, whatever.
I was just joking.
What's up, Paul? I'm late watching. Oh, very cool. Touring Midwest was live. Very cool. So very distracting. No, the dogs. Not you.
I know.
I love our dogs. I love our dogs. I love our dogs. Yeah. So then, so she went to the deal, and this is the COVID's going on strong at this point.
Yeah.
Lincoln you weren't allowed to have more than 10 people in your business. So the way Frontier did it was they split everything up. The showroom was just for parts and clothing, merchandise. And then they had that sealed off from the shop so they could have 10 people in there in the merchandise. They could have 10 people in the shop, customers. It didn't matter about employees. But then there's another building where the gas pumps are and stuff, and they have the hog pen in there where the hog meetings are, the Harley owner groups meetings are, and any event pretty much after that it's an event room, I guess. Right. Whatever. And plus it's also a warehouse in the back. So they had the warehouse closed off from the hog pen, they call it. And it has a it has a kitchen in it and stuff like that. The hog pen does, and its own separate bathrooms and everything. So then they could have people in the 10 people in the warehouse. They could have 10 people in the hog pen. They could have 10 people in the service department, and they could have 10 people in the showroom. But they had all the bikes outside. And well, most of the new ones. Yeah, there was a 30th anniversary Fat Boy in there that I was convinced I was coming home with. I didn't, obviously. But our buddy Jace that works at Frontier, if you guys go to Frontier, talk to Jace. He's an absolute riot. He's young. He's enthusiastic. Everything is great for him. You know, he's the one that owns the Lowrider S that I rode in the Lowrider S video. With he's got a Salomon seat. That's right. I've got the Lucky Dave seat.
No, I was thinking he had the Lucky Dave.
Oh, I think they're made by the same people.
Oh.
Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure they're made by the same people. Basically at that time though, with COVID the way that it was, she rode a Heritage, and she rode a White Road King, which
it was very beautiful.
In my head, I'm like 20-inch wheels, you know, the fat spokes, the 100 spokes, the fat spokes though, not the regular spokes, the fat spokes, you know, and the white wall tires, ape hangers, chrome front end, all that stuff. So she rode the Heritage, she rode the Road King, and then I'm thinking to myself, okay, the Heritage is used, this will be okay. The Road King's new, but you know, that's the only bike she's ever going to need then, right? Because it's a touring bike. And I was outside talking to Jared. He's done a Fury Friday for us. And I walk inside, and she's got paperwork in front of her. And I'm like, oh, well, I wonder which bike she decided to get. Is it the used Heritage, or is it the new Road King? Or no, it's completely opposite. It is the white deluxe that's sitting there 2 feet away from me. That was a fun time. Anyway, so she bought this bike, and then we had to go into the kitchen where the finance department moved to, because that had to be separate from everywhere else, right? So yeah, it was pretty fun. But watching her grow once she got the deluxe, even, because then it became she would ride for a little bit on the Fury and then she'd want to get off of it, or she'd ride for a little bit on the Fury and then it doesn't have a gas gauge, and Miss Stevie's got a thing about gas that if she doesn't know she has a full tank, she thinks that she's out. So she would ride for about 50 miles, and then she thought we had to get gas. so yeah. I'm
Hate on
sorry. I'm
hate on
sorry.
Miss Stevie.
I told you it was going to be. This is the truth tree.
I
This
didn't
is the
know we were
truth
doing
tree.
any of this tonight.
This is the truth tree. But if I tell you what's going on, I don't get real reaction. And this is real. This is real reaction. This is also the truth tree. So we're good, right?
Sure.
But once she got a gas gauge, and then once she got a bike that was a little bit heavier and a little bit more solid than what the Fury is, she wanted to ride more. And now all of a sudden we're going for all day long trips, you know? And also she was bit by the customization bug.
Ooh.
Because then it turned into when I said, "Hey, I want to go out to Frontier," and she said, "Why?" And I'm thinking to myself, I don't really want to tell you, but I will. I want to get a part for my bike. She goes, "What does it need another part for?" That turned into, "Hey, I want to go to Frontier because I was looking at the book the other night and I found a part that I want."
Heather, have you done that yet? If you haven't, it's coming. Promise.
So okay, so cool. Now she's got her bike completely customized from what it was. And while to go back to while we were buying it, we were waiting to go into finance, and that was when Jared came over because I texted him and said, "Hey, Amy bought a bike," and he's like, "No effing way!" So he dropped what he was doing, left a customer, and came over to see what she bought. And when she told him that she bought the deluxe, that was when he said, "Oh, that's great because this is the last one we're gonna get because they don't make them anymore." Which I didn't even know that at that time. But that was cool to find out.
I just love the white.
That you got the last of it.
Yeah.
So now she's hit by the customizing bug, and we're customizing it, and we're doing this to it. And I mean, she tell them about when you went to go get the handlebars. Because they came, so she took the bike home that night because she said, "I bought it, I'm riding it," and then it snowed and it rained, so it sat in the garage for a week. And then they came and got it while they were waiting for the parts that she ordered to come in. Which the handlebars that they ordered were the same thing as what was on Heritage.
Right.
But they wanted her to come in and sit on the bike. That's one of the cool things about knowing the people at the dealership, because they just called her or texted her and said, "Hey, we want you to come in and try this before we do it." So
then I went in there. I didn't know what I wanted, but I did know that I liked the Heritage bars, and that's what we ordered. So I went and sat on the bike, and they put those bars on, and I don't know, it just wasn't doing it for me. I don't know, it was weird. So then Jeremy was there, because Jeremy was still working there. He comes running up, and he's like, "I'll be right back." And then he disappeared. And then he brought these apes out that I have on now. And oh my gosh, he put those on and my eyes lit up, and they're like, "That's it. That's hers." What are you doing? I'm not all distracted when you're talking.
Oh, you are too.
So that's how the apes stuck. I didn't even have that in my mind, my head at all, of getting apes on my bike. But boy, do I get a lot of turd over it. Everybody. Or not everybody, but a lot of people think that they're too tall, but I like them. I like them with the way they are. Paul M. COVID is still around here. What happened to the awesome vaccine? Did science fail? We won't
No comment.
go through the political stances on how we feel about that stuff.
No comment. But what was cool was they called her about the bars, because Jared had texted me and said, "Hey, I've got the bars in," he said, "but they just don't seem right for the bike."
Really? He said that?
Because they were regular Heritage bars, so they were just 1-inch bars. And he was saying the same thing I've always said. If you've got a big 45 millimeter front end, or the big touring front end, or the FL front end, if you've got skinny bars sitting on top of that, it doesn't look right. So I said, "Well, man, you got to get a hold of Amy and just see what she says. So when he got a hold of her, he didn't say, "Hey, what do you think about this?" He just said, "Hey, come down. We want to put these bars on the bike, and we want you to sit on it." So when she sat on it, and they took pictures and sent them to me, and I'm like,
Yep.
I guys, I don't care. It's not up to me. It's up to her. And then that's when Jeremy said, "Hey, I got these bars on sale.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Let me go get these." So and what he brought over were 16-inch Wild One Chubbies, which is the same thing that's on my bike. Now, when they came to pick up Amy's bike to take it in to put all the parts on that she ordered, when the reason that I didn't put them on for all you haters out there that think that you've got to put on your own parts, I didn't put them on because they did it for free. Just bite your tongue. Otherwise, I would have put them on. I can put on a set of bars. I can do all that crap. But they're going to do it for free. So why would I not have them put it on and then have the warranty on top of that? Right. So when they were doing that, my bike had a rear case leak. Not a rear case leak, sorry. A rear cylinder leak. It was leaking oil just a tad. But they wanted to fix it under warranty, so they took my bike in there at the same time. I don't know if Amy knew that because the whole time Jeremy is saying, "Okay, these are the same things as on Josh's bike," and he's pointing on the lift. But my bike had the tank off of it, and it had, it had the motor half tore apart, and he said, "Yeah, just like Josh's, 16-inch chubbies, just like Josh's." And she's like looking around, like, "Oh, okay, whatever." Well, I wish I could see Josh's, and Jeremy's like, "It's right there." And then they took pictures of it with Ned, the mechanic, hitting it with the hammer and sending them to me. Real cool. That was real cool.
That was fun.
And they put a swing arm bag on it at the time. And they put the handlebars on, swing arm, exhaust, air cleaner, cam, stuff like that. So then we get the bike home, and she's like, "Oh, I'd like to have, a phone holder like yours." I'm like, "Oh, okay, I'll order you a phone holder, but it's not none of this. Well, wait a couple weeks, and then you can have that. Did you save up money? How are you going to pay for it? How are we going to do this?" It was order me a phone holder, which used Blacktop Devil's link. Put that on here, Brian, so everybody knows where to go to buy Zero 3D parts through him. So, or through his link, not through him. It won't cost you any more money, but they get a little bit of kickback for their channel. Okay, help them out, guys. Come on, over their little channel over there, they need it. And then it was she wanted saddlebags. So I'm looking at Viking bags and stuff like that, and I'm thinking, well, these are a little bit cheaper. This will look cool on there. And she goes, "No, I want Harley bags." I'm like, "Well, Harley bags aren't as good as these bags." And she said, "I want the name on my bags that say Harley Davidson."
Not say that.
You pretty much said that.
Maybe man, not. It's like hate.
Maybe not those exact words. But so anyway, so she wanted bags, and then she wanted a backrest, and I'm like, "Okay, cool. I found you went on all women's mm-hmm. international female ride day."
Yes.
It was her first ride by herself, and she said she saw somebody with the exact same bike, and she had a backrest, so she wanted that backrest, and she just happened to find out where she got it, and then she handed it to me and said, "Order this."
Please.
She didn't say please. So I ordered her backrest, and then it's just been little stuff like that. She got crash bar put on it right away, and then I bought for Valentine's Day. I bought her highway pegs and stuff, and our
holidays were so fun.
Yeah, which saved it because our son decided that he knew exactly how we were going to do that. He dropped it when it was a week old, 2 weeks old.
I just had gotten it, yeah.
A couple weeks old. And he was freaking out, but she didn't care because she had dropped my bike, and she freaked out, and I didn't care. You just know, when at a certain point, what the bars are for, It's no big deal to drop them on it, right?
I put those on. Haven't put those on at the very last minute though.
And they also put those on for free because spoiled brat. I like it though. So then it so make a really long story shorter. She had been hit by the bug, and it's fun to see. It's fun to see her progression through. At the beginning, when it was, I'm terrified to do this. I don't know if I want to do this. To, okay, I want to do this. To, okay, I'm in this now. This is what I want to do. I'm never going to ride on the back of your bike again. And when her Fury was broke and she did have to ride on the back with me, she was the worst passenger on the planet. It's just, I want to be riding my own bike. This is stupid. I don't even want to be on your bike. I want to be riding my own bike. Oh, you're laughing because it's true, aren't you?
I complained the entire time.
The entire time. I'm like thinking to myself, because then we went and ate with my parents at our local bar. And I'm like, I ain't riding home. I ain't doing it. And then she rode us home.
I did.
Mm-hmm.
That was crazy.
I was scared to death. Not because I didn't trust her, but because I had never been on the back of a motorcycle before. I mean, never. I've been on the back of 3-wheelers and 4-wheelers and stuff like that, but I'd never been on the back of a motorcycle. And I had never been not in control. So I was just like, I don't know what to do. So then I grabbed her waist and she's like, what are you doing? I was like, isn't this what you do to me? And she goes, I don't know, is it? And I'm like, I don't know how to do this. It's a video, you guys. Go check it out. Kelly Scott.
So funny.
What's going
Kelly?
on? Yes, you can with Steph at the same time. Steph just learned to ride last year, and she's got a beautiful I don't know the year, 16 Heritage, right, Kelly? That she's put just a boatload of miles on.
Yeah, I'm super proud of her.
So that brings me back to another thing. So then Amy's hit by this bug, and she goes on this International Female Ride Day for the first time without me, because I went up to Cycle Gear and bought a woman's coat. That I was told was a guy's coat. That I wore for a year. Until one day I saw a woman wearing that same coat. And then I got to looking at my coat a little closer. And it was a woman's coat. It's not a funny story.
I can't believe you said it. I'm crying. We're all crying.
So Josh is in the market for a new mesh jacket. Order me one. Order me one.
Oh my gosh.
Order it for
so
me.
Funny.
It's not funny.
Oh man.
It's not funny. When I saw that, and I even look, I'm like, I'm gonna go ask her. Because it's the exact same coat. And I'm like, that's funny. Because I asked the guy when I put the coat on, I was like, the zipper's on the left side. Is this a woman's coat? And he goes, I don't know.
He made a sale that day.
I don't know if he was fucking with me or what. But
what?
I don't even know how to feel about that. I wore a woman's coat for a year.
It's okay.
A jacket. Sorry, it was a mesh jacket for a year. And the guy's same mesh jacket is totally different than women's. It's very distinctive. Yes. And if you look at, I'm done with it. It's got boob cutouts.
It does? Mm-hmm. And you never noticed that when you were trying it on?
He told me it was a guy's coat, is what he told me. Huh.
It's funny.
heading to Cycle Gear in Omaha. Want to meet up for a second opinion. Probably better. I'm not going there to get a jacket again. But Kurt, who is one of the managers there, he helped Amy out a
So
lot. He was
nice.
really cool. He's also a subscriber, and he also recognized us right away too.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. That was fun being recognized. And we were also recognized today
I didn't see him.
a couple of different
I just
times.
heard him.
Misty and Brian.
Oh, I meant when they were riding by. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Having our little side conversation.
Oh man. So anyway, yeah, it's cool to watch her progress from where she was to where she is now, to the point where I want to customize my bike, make it mine, because I can relate to that. And it's just awesome to see. It's she wanted a chrome front end on it because she knows the difference between a regular front end and a chrome front end.
But it didn't have to
cool.
be done. I mean, I'm glad we did do it because it looks better. I'm just gonna shut up.
That wasn't a Biden gift.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. A Biden gift. But yeah, so I mean, when you hear somebody say they're too scared to learn how to ride a bike, I just think to myself, you just never tried it.
I can't believe though it's not scary at all. I mean, learning how. I mean, you just got to get over that feeling. Sorry, you're there. He's here. I feel dumb.
You know, dumb.
I don't know. I'm glad that I did it though. I mean, because if I wouldn't have done it, then I wouldn't have known if I could do it.
But Kelly Scott's the same way. He wasn't pushing Steph. He was just he wanted her to. That's the thing. You know, we don't want to push our wives or our significant others or whatever. We don't want to push them to ride, because if you push them, they're going to hate it, right? It's like, you don't want to go to school. I hate it because I have to. You want them to slowly progress into wanting to do it, but it's because you want them to feel what it's like. You want them to feel what it's like to get on a road and just you're looking straight ahead at the road, but you feel like you're spinning the tires. You feel like that engine is your heart, and you feel like you're riding for a purpose, right? Because it's just part of you.
It's really deep.
You know? You didn't ruin it at all. You didn't ruin the moment at all.
You're so good.
It is amazing watching them grow. Now, Steph, she bought her bike. Kelly refreshed my memory with 600 miles on it. And then we went and rode last year, and she had put like 4,000 on it, right? So that's another thing too. Amy rode more miles last year than I did.
Yeah.
By a good 1,500. 506. And what does she have on it? She's got a bunch on it now, doesn't she?
She probably has more than me.
Amy just had her 10,000 mile service done in less than a year. No, a little over a year. Bought the bike in April of last year, and then she had her 10,000 mile service done in May of this year.
Is that normal? Hey, you want to come in and say hi?
Do we want him to come in and say hi?
This is Kale. Ouch.
Can I go outside?
Can you go out tonight?
We're going to talk about that right now. Quit shaking the table. Maybe the camera will stop shaking at some point. There we go. All right. See ya.
See you.
No. We'll talk later.
We're live right now. Do you want to have a discussion right now while we're live?
True live. Live TV.
This is real.
take the dog.
Bye.
Shut the door, please.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Glad you're home safe.
He's a junior this year. Or you just turned a junior.
So 5,400.
50. Okay, so
Wow.
since the end of September. Okay, so we'll start.
And she loves writing.
506 is what she bought it with. This is what's on it now. Oh, look, that's her herself.
Hi, Stephanie.
I'm so sorry. So Kelly and
Wow.
Steph are coming with us on the Great Plains Moto meetup. So let's talk about that. I don't know if anybody new is on here or not. Our little counter thing to tell us stuff. I made it disappear somehow. So the 30th, which is next Sunday, they will be meeting on the Great Plains Moto Meet ride because we can't have a meetup because of the vid, which we probably could have now, but Frontier's closed that day anyway now, so it doesn't much matter. So we're gonna go for a ride instead. We're going to go ride it tomorrow again to get the exact mileage, and then later on in the week we will post. We might post the route. I don't know. I'll give the route to certain people. Our friend Rocky said that he would lead it again. And he brought up a good point because my idea was the route was 156 miles, right?
Yes.
And we made a shortcut here and there in some places, so it's going to be 160, 165. Amy and I did that in one shot because that's how we roll. Rocky brought up the good point that some people may not want to do all of that in one shot. Because that's not how everybody rolls, apparently. So he looked at the route and decided that there was a place we'll stop at a bar. There's also a place we will stop for people with smaller tanks to get gas. Gas up before you come.
Like Lily?
We're leaving at 11. We're meeting at 11. Who knows when we'll leave? Anywhere, I figure, from 11:30 to 12. Who knows? If everybody's in a great big chit-chatty mood, we'll stay there for a while,
They won't be open.
Yeah, they won't be open, so we won't have to worry about any more customers there. The parking lot will be ours, basically, unless they're having a riding class. I don't know if they are or not. Holiday weekend, I don't know if they will. So I don't know when we'll leave. We're not putting a time frame on it. When we get a count of how many people are there, and we're not going to make you let us know if you're coming or anything like that. If you want to come, come. If you don't, whatever. I'm not going to make you commit to it or anything unless Brian wants to. Brian, if you want to make everybody commit, let them know. We just got to send a head count to Nahaka. Let them know. They wanted it like a month ago to know how many people were coming, and we're like, we don't know.
But they did say they were going to do drink specials for us.
Drink specials, and she said maybe have a band, but the way she said maybe have a band,
who knows?
I don't know. So we'll meet at Frontier. We're going to stick to the north end of the parking lot. And you'll see when you ride in, just stay to the north side of the building. The parking lot is huge. Just stay to the north. No. Stay to the north, just because if there is a riding class going on, there on the south side, there's a big blacktop pad that they do their riding course on. We just want to stay away from them because I wouldn't want anybody watching me learn how to ride a bike because it would make me nervous, and I don't want to ruin anybody's experience of learning how to ride. So we're going to stick to the north side of the parking lot. Brian, I'm going to hit you up later in the week because I got some things to run by you. And then, like I said, it doesn't matter when we leave unless Brian says, no, we're leaving at 11:30. And I don't care, whatever, pretty laid back. Rocky's going to lead. So halfway through, we're going to stop at a bar. And a little bit before that, there's a place to stop and get gas for people that need to get gas. I don't know if they've got the high octane fuel. So fuel up before you come. Riding in a group 101, right? Get gas. Don't make the whole group stop and get gas right away. Even though Kelly and Steph, we did that last time we rode together.
See you.
We showed up with no gas. And then we were getting ready to leave, and I looked at Amy and said, I don't have any gas. we met at Frontier too. They have gas pumps there.
But it's not cheap.
It's the 93 octane is a reasonable price. You get into the 95 octane and the 100 octane. The 100 octane is like 10, 15, I think I saw today. But the 93 or 91 octane is reasonable. But get gas before you come. There's a gas station right down the road. You can fill up there. And then, so I know I can make the whole thing in one tank, but a little over halfway through, there is a Shell station we can stop at. So also, we don't know how big of a group it's going to be. If there's only 10 people or 10 bikes, we'll do things a little bit different. If there's a huge group, then, I mean, there's contingencies for that too, because we want to ride along the river, the Platte River, but the north end of that road is really congested where the interstate is, and there's stoplights there that are not timed at all. So if we have a big enough group, the group would get separated and people will get in between us. So, which is not a big deal as long as everybody knows where we're going. But I don't want somebody that's never been there before to end up leading the group. I've done that before. Next thing you know, you're leading the group and you have no idea where you're going. That's happened to me. If the group is big, or it doesn't really matter, but we'll stop and get gas, and then we'll come up the Platte River from the south, and then we'll do our drone shots, pictures. I don't know, Brian takes 20 minutes to get his camera ready. So
making shots at all of us tonight. Well, me mostly.
Oh yeah, because you haven't fit them back at all, have you? So then we'll do all that, and then we'll just turn around and ride back to the south. So, but we're leaving lunchtime. So come fed also, right? Which is where I was going with all of this. And then I digress. Come fed, or just have a big breakfast or whatever, because we don't know how long it's going to take to get to the Haka. Because it takes me a while to get my drone ready and stuff too at some places.
But that doesn't mean that they can't grab a snack when we get gas.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. You can do whatever you want.
Right. Ride your ride.
We don't tell you what to do.
Mm-mm.
She's going to tell me what to do. But the Shoemakers are right down the street. Yeah, so
yes.
We were leaving Frontier, and I said to Amy, because we were hooked up on Senna's, I said, I don't have any gas. And I'm like, think to myself, you showed up to a ride with no gas. And Kelly and Steph had cargos at the time. They have Senna's now. But Kelly said that when we turned south to go into Shoemakers to get gas, because we went half a mile and then we stopped to get gas. Steph said, I've never been down this road. Where does it go? And Kelly said, it doesn't go anywhere. It goes to the gas station. And I'm thinking to myself, maybe we'll get lucky and they didn't have any gas either. And they'll pull up to a pump. No, they pulled up right next to us, and they did not. They were prepared. We were not. We were not prepared at all. So, yeah, Brian, if you've got anything to add, go ahead and throw that in there.
I like this.
What's up? Very cool. Very cool. I've been watching your guys' stuff. The video I liked was when you guys were introducing yourselves and your bikes and stuff. That's very interesting because your bikes are very different from each other. It's very cool, and your ages are separated a lot too, and that's fun to see. Um, Now, I believe you guys are right there off Kansas 7, right? Just along for the ride. Whatever, Holmes. River Bluff Riders, you guys are right along Highway 7 because I think I've seen in some of your videos you're right along the Missouri River, right? Yeah. Anyway, so yes, the Great Plains Moto Meet is going to be an absolute blast. It will be. I love emojis. My favorite emoji I send to my boss's son all the time. My boss's son is the same age as me, and it's the finger, and we send it to each other even when it's not necessarily. It doesn't necessarily make sense. It's our favorite one. We'll be like, "Hey, how are you? I had a great weekend. How was your weekend? Great." The finger at the end.
It's like your smiley face or my smiley face at the end.
Yeah, and he's kind of taken over a manager type role there where I work too. And I flat out told him, I said, "Man, if you ever get mad at me and start yelling and screaming at me, you're gonna be so mad because when he gets mad at somebody and starts screaming at him, I don't know why, but it's the funniest thing in the world to me, and I can't stop laughing."
You get fired.
Yeah, well, he fires me every day. Fired, but you got to come to work tomorrow. Yeah, so I don't know why I thought of that, but I did.
Funny.
Yes, that's a fun road. If you guys haven't ridden that, and stop in Rulo at the bar there, right at the base of the bridge.
That was a cute bar.
They have great food in there,
Yeah, they
and
do.
it's cheap.
I don't remember what the name of it is.
I think both of our meals was under $10.
I don't remember. You remember everything.
We didn't have beer though. We just had soda pop. No, I think we drink water. I think I drink. I don't know. I think I drink water. But yeah, everybody go check out River Bluff Baggers. I said riders. I'm sorry, River Bluff Baggers. Sounds like the ride is coming together. Hope you all have a nice turnout. Dude, here's the deal, okay? Fury's done. It's put together. Fly over here and you can ride the Fury.
With pants.
Yeah, because exhaust would burn you. Pants. Wild Bills. Yeah, that's the name of the bar.
Yes.
Wild Bills. Yes.
That was fun. It was good food.
So if you guys don't know who Genome is, go subscribe to his channel. He does a live stream every Friday that I have joined while farming before. And when you have a tractor that drives itself, it's really easy to just sit there and stare at your phone and watch live streams. And they just so happen to do it on Fridays when I would do things like that. So it was always fun. It's very much a very diverse live stream. They get nerdy at times with comic books, and Dave takes his pants off, and it gets weird. But
that's why I call him No Pants Dave.
But it's a fun live stream, and you can talk about anything you want at any time. Doesn't matter what their subject is that they're planning on.
Send them pictures, put up behind them. That's my favorite.
Is it?
Of the things that I sent them, or you sent them for
right.
me. Sorry. Let's do this one.
It is. It's right over there.
Perfect.
It's right over there. Oh man, that just hurts to talk about.
I can't believe you said it.
What am I gonna do?
You
not
told
tell
me
them?
over and over, do not tell anybody. that
I was
bought
saving it for the right moment.
a woman's jacket.
It's so bad.
Oh.
And it's one of them things where you think everything is normal. I mean, everything was it was a good day. Everything was normal.
She had a good life with
And
him.
then I'm looking at him like, why is she wearing the same jacket I am? And then I'm thinking about it, you know, everything's rolling back in your head like in the movies, you know, where it's picture, 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 to the moment where you should have realized it. And it was a long time ago. And then all of a sudden it's bam. It's like you're looking at it and you're like, it's like it changed from, I'm not looking at it. It changed from everything is cool, everything's normal, to holy shit, I'm wearing a women's jacket. And then
Think of all that extra room in the chest that you would have, though.
and then you look, and then it's like certain things, you know, where you don't notice it until you notice it for the first time. And then you realize that she's not the only one wearing the same jacket as you. And they look at me and they're thinking, why has that guy got a woman's jacket on? What do you do at that point? I owned it and I wore it home.
He was very unhappy.
It sucks too because it's like it's a great jacket.
He loves it.
But
All that
as
room
I'm
in there,
putting it
guys.
on, I'm like, I'm a 2X, right? I'm a 2X. I'm a hefty guy. I'm a 2X. I'm not a 2X here as much as I'm a 2X down here, right? I mean, not down there, but
Gosh, you just
I got-
made this so weird.
I got a tummy. Okay, so I'm a 2X. I'm a 2X. That coat's a 5X.
These jokes can't get any better.
What jokes? This isn't jokes. This is real life. So yeah, so that jacket is a 5X, and
So much room for activity.
and now I know why it's a 5X because it's a woman's 5X, which is apparently the same size as a guy's 2X, I guess.
Wow.
So yeah, and the worst part about it is that I was like getting ready to order the armor that goes into it, right?
You were.
You're not making this any better. It just had a pad in the back. Oh shit, it's right here.
Hey, you can show him.
Well,
you can show them.
And it has a liner too, right? So I mean, it's got
wait, it's got more.
It's got a line. It's got a liner.
Does it say
which I never put in there. I never put the liner in it. Because if I needed to be warm, I'd wear a warmer jacket, right? Because this is just a mesh jacket. But what I was getting at was it had this in the back, you know, a cutout for the armor, you know, and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna get, you know, the armor because this is hot, this foam thing. The armor is perforated, right? It's got the holes in it to let the air go through, and everybody says ditch the foam right away when you get it. So I did, and then because the armor is actually cooler than the foam, you know, it makes sense, right? Okay, cool. So then,
why don't you put it on for us?
No, I'm not gonna do that. I don't know what else to say. Yeah, 5X.
Question.
But I wanted a mesh jacket with armor on it, right? And I felt safer when I rode it with it too. And then the rug gets pulled out from underneath you, you know, and then your life changes for a little bit. Who wore it better?
You or her?
The only she did.
It's okay. We're laughing with you.
Yeah, it's a funny story too. The worst part about it is that I was looking at the riding pants right next to it also, which I'm pretty sure those would have been women's pants too. So I'm glad I didn't go through with that because the jacket was actually a lot cheaper than I thought it was going to be. So I was going to get more stuff while I was there. And you know what? The worst part about, or the ironic part about all this is that this was when Miss Stevie was on the women's ride.
Yeah.
So apparently it was a
He was
woman on the mind kind of day. So,
you were channeling your inner woman.
run what you brung.
Huh?
Run what you brung. It was 2020 though. So I mean, what happens in 2020 stays in 2020, right? Yes, it was. That was
it.
That was it. Yep. So Dave, if you want to come fly down for the Great Plains Moto Meet Ride, Dave is Genome. Sorry, hope you didn't try to keep that a secret. You can ride the Honda Fury, which is Amy's bike, who was a girl, and you can wear a woman's mesh jacket that's 5X because I
Set you up.
happen to have one. If anybody knows anybody who needs a woman's 5X mesh jacket,
You sure it says 5X?
let me know. Yes, I just looked at it.
Oh.
Literally put my eyes on it.
Okay. Gotcha.
Would save me 1,000-mile ride out there. Yeah, just jump in the car and drive on out, bro. I know you got new tires put on your pickup. Talked about that last night too.
Go up. Cup size when ordering. I don't know, should have been included.
It's not that kind of armor, man. It's not a nut cup. It's got elbow pads in it. But once again, this is one of them things where I didn't really realize this until right now. The shoulder
pads,
protection, armor, always kind of, instead of being here, it was always kind of up in this area. So I just thought it was because I had wide shoulders. Apparently not. So that was a fun thing to get out there for everybody. Yes, Stevie Foe last year. In any of the videos that you see me wearing a mesh jacket, that is a woman's jacket.
That's right. You even sported it in your
videos. I did. I talked about it. I rode in it all the way down to Arkansas with Rocky and Shelly, and rode all over Eureka Springs with it.
And I bet not one person noticed, oh my gosh, he's wearing a women's jacket.
Unless it was a woman wearing the same jacket going, what the hell?
I don't think anything. It's not like it's neon color. Look at me.
No, but they had a neon color one there.
You so should have gotten that one.
It's not funny. Rich wears a neon color.
No, I'm saying because it was, never mind.
It would have stuck out more?
Mm-hmm.
Sore thumb type thing? So it would have been funnier, right? Is that what you're saying? Real cool, but I'm not talking to them. No, I'm talking to you right now. Oh man, neon pink probably. I didn't see a pink one. I'm not saying there wasn't a pink one there.
He just really liked the white guys.
Right? Because I asked the guy if there had any white ones. Because I know Icon has a white mesh jacket, and I was thinking I could get one of those, but then I saw these, and he assured me that they were
very comfortable.
That's the sad part about it, because it is really comfortable.
Then who cares if it's a woman's jacket?
You don't understand what that moment was like.
do
It's a moment.
because I heard the horror in the other room. And
I
I thought
will-
someone died.
I will never forget that moment.
I thought somebody died, guys.
The whole time on the ride home, it's like
He's yelling for me and everything.
it's like not the worst day of your life, but you know,
God.
it's top 5.
Really?
It was the moment when I looked at her and then she looked at me. And it's like, why are you wearing a men's jacket? And then she's looking at me like, why are you wearing a woman's? Okay, we've beaten this one into the dirt, I think. But yeah, so anyway, so if anybody has any questions for us or Amy, go ahead and hit us up now. What?
Can you read us?
I don't think chaps count unless they have like rubies on them or the bling, little diamond things.
What do you mean they don't count?
As far as men and women's,
Oh,
because it isn't like they had to make one spot bigger for men or women.
right.
They don't have to be altered in any way. Length is the only thing you got to worry about, and if you can get it over your legs. Who wears chaps though? Chaps are dumb.
That's really what he's talking about.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
No, he's talking about the ones that he got from his mom.
I don't know what
The
you're
chaps that his mom gave him. He showed them to us.
Oh, right.
Just got to bring her on board, guys. It takes a minute.
I don't have the greatest memory. I'm sorry.
Oh man, let me talk about that here. I agree. I agree. Let's see.
Wow. Hmm?
Can we go over assless chaps for a second? If there's an ASD, you got pants, right? I don't know what ASD is. Everyone getting no.
Oh.
No,
Why are you gonna come?
we didn't get that many. We we got a select few coming just to see what we like and what we don't like. It's not Teespring. I think I saw Bert ask if it was Teespring, but we've already opened up the package from Bert. So I don't know if he stuck around. Bert's a busy guy. But yeah, thank you to the Baggers and
AR.
Brews guys
I thought he meant out.
for the DeBeards hat, which this will be going state to state, and this will be on a world record poker run because Miss Stevie is going on the world record poker run, and she's going to take that hat with her. And I think that we are going to order some Baggers and Brews merch too. We talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
So she'll be taking that also. And maybe a Blacktop Devil shirt also. Sorry, I'm drinking
Can't
too.
ask.
I hear you. If there's an ass, you got pants, right? Man, I don't think chaps are comfortable. Chaps block the wind and keep your legs warm,
I like them.
but they don't keep you warm where you need to be warm. I guess I don't know how else to say it. Maybe jackets like that. Real cool, guys. Man, I already regret telling you guys that. Got a feeling that I'm gonna hear about it on Genomes too.
Maybe when we're in Oaxaca for all those people that do come.
Bastard.
What?
Real cool, man.
be so fun going forward.
Yeah, see? And
See, I just
Heather
said that.
loves her chaps.
I just said that. You
What?
weren't paying attention.
You said you love chaps.
I do. But you said nothing.
Well, I just figured that it was part of the conversation.
I didn't think that. Never mind.
I heard you.
See, I
So
love my
yeah,
chaps
everybody to their own. I mean, look at this. Look at everybody loves their chaps. Everybody loves their chaps.
Wait, do you have female chaps, ladies chaps?
I don't.
Maybe that's why he
I
doesn't
don't.
like them.
But I know a woman who's wore my chaps before.
I have, and I do not feel one bit ounce bad about wearing your chaps.
See, I told you earlier, chaps don't matter.
But he had a nice pocket on the side, so I could put all my crap there.
They're up in that region, maybe. Yeah. See, but I don't know. I like wearing riding pants that are made to keep you warm everywhere.
With ladies' jacket.
That's a mesh jacket worn in the summertime with men's pants. All right. Why do you gotta keep bringing it up?
You did this to yourself.
I didn't know that you were gonna be like this about it. I honestly thought that you were gonna kind of feel bad for me a little bit. I just thought that maybe you were gonna, feel for me a little bit.
Aww.
How do I put this screen on here? Anybody know how to do that? Okay,
Is
so
there a share screen?
Genome, I've got my other screen here,
Oh, I know how.
and I want to share that onto here. I know he knows how to do it because he does it all the time.
I see it right there. Do I dare click it?
I don't know.
Share screen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Easiest with two monitors. Oh, don't show me this again. Where's your screen? Oh, there we go.
Like this.
All right. Get it up there. What are we waiting for? Okay. So,
you gotta do it
but
over
now, oh,
here.
okay. So let's see. Here we go. Okay, so this is Frontier Harley Davidson, guys. If you guys have never been here, this is the Interstate I-80, which is a hell state, is what I call it. This is West O Street. So you'll get on West O Street and turn north on Northwest 40th Street, and then you'll come into Harley Davidson. Let me make this bigger for you guys. Come into Frontier Harley Davidson. So this right here is where the Riding Academy rides. I doubt that they will have a Riding Academy going on with it being a holiday weekend, but they might. So just in case, we're gonna try to stay away. This is semi-truck parking right along in here. I'm sorry, I'll get a little closer. This isn't necessarily what the parking lot looks like either. Can I go to a satellite view of this? I wonder.
Yes.
All right, here we go. Here it is. Okay, so this is
so much better.
This is where the Riding Academy is. Look at this, guys. We're figuring this out all at once. Do you know you should be so? Oh, look at that. There's your course.
Hey.
You took that, right?
That
Where'd you drop
fun.
it?
Over here. Starting.
Right here?
Yeah, because there was a bunch of people watching.
Oh yeah, you see? Because if you show up for an event and they're doing a riding course right here, which the classroom is in here, right? Because this is the hog pen. This right here is where the gas pumps are.
Or no, that wasn't where the class was. Class was in the main building.
Oh, you're upstairs, right? Okay. Anyway, so if you show up here for an event, say like we got stuff going on here, there's a stage here now, and then they put the food trucks along here when they have an event going on, and then everybody wants to come up here and park right here. This is semi-truck parking here, or they'll park right here along this deal right here, and then they'll all stand right here and line up right here and watch these people that have never, and they'll laugh at them, and they'll be just mean, and it isn't right. Anyway, so even if there's not a class going on, guys, this is what we're going to do. We're going to come up in here, and then we're going to come up here, and we will park right along this area. This is like a hill right here, so I don't like parking there. But this is flat right here. So we'll park here, we'll park next to the building, whatever. This general area right here is where, oh, I can look at it over here. That's way easier. this general area right here is where we'll park. And like I said, it doesn't matter what time, we leave and stuff like that. I just want everybody to be coordinated. So just in case there is other people showing up, we have kind of a game plan of what we're going to do. That makes sense. And if you come down here to O Street, and who has time? If everybody's got time, we'll go over the whole route right here on there. You go out here before you get here. I'm looking over there. This is Shoemaker's Truck Stop. This is a Shell station, and these are all gas pumps right here. So we can get gas before we come. Everybody can grab a snack or whatever. But so everybody knows, right along this area is where we'll park. I got time. I don't know if I have time. Maybe we'll.
Do you want me to print them maps?
No, it'll be all right. You guys have seen, right, what's going on? I trust that everybody's smart. Oh, that's a mistake. So for the ride, this is going to show everything flat, obviously, but we will come over here to Emerald, and we'll go north here, and then we'll go along. This is Pawnee State. We call it Pawnee Lake, but it's Pawnee State Park. We're going to go up here, and we're going to take this road around Branched Oak, and then we'll come over here to 79. And it's out bigger. And then we're going to go this way over here, and then we're going to come up north over here. And then we're going to come across on 92. You guys don't want to see me do this the whole time. Mm-hmm. So anyway, it'll be...
I might show up from Colorado.
There you go.
Gosh, that'd be awesome.
Hey, Homebees is supposed to be coming from Colorado. Yeah. So hit them up if
maybe we could ride together.
And Brian, we talked to some people today that are from Central City, and they said, but I think no, because they said they're going to come in Saturday night. Yeah. So that ain't going to work for you. Never mind. Disregard.
Unless Brian and Heather decide to come Saturday. Or do they have something?
How do we get this back to north? There we go.
You just stop sharing down at the bottom.
I did.
Oh, okay. There you go.
That's easier. Look, that road that goes nowhere. Goes to a gas station, bud. But that was a messed up trip too, because even when we left there, we went west and we went south, and that flipping road was closed. We just did nothing but turn circles that trip. But we got down to Beatrice, and we ate down there, and that's always really good food down there. I don't remember what that place is called anymore. It used to be Risky's, but it was something else.
Call it.
It's something else now.
Might plans have changed for us. We'll let you know. Ooh.
Well, wait, hold on. Does that mean you're not coming?
No, I was talking about Saturday night.
Oh. We got an air mattress. Our house is under construction, so our spare bedroom is like full of everything, and our house is going to remain under construction for a couple years because the only time we can work on this when Amy's parents come down. So
not very often.
I'm not a very good carpenter. I can do cars, bikes, stuff like that, but housework, I don't fucks with electricity because
I love doing that.
I have been shocked on my forehead. That's a long story too.
Funny.
And I'm putting in a dishwasher.
Where do flights come in?
Omaha or Lincoln.
Yep.
You can come into Lincoln. Lincoln's a smaller airport, but way easier to get in and out of.
And we will come pick you up.
No, we won't. We'll take the Fury there, and we'll put the keys in the lockbox, and you can ride it back. Under me here.
The lift?
holding up the table.
Business trip, you know.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right. We went on a business trip to New Mexico, but and Amy sold some Norwex down there too. So it actually was a business trip for both of us. I don't know. We don't try to do that much. So hey, let me know though if you make it Saturday. We'll change our plans with Jace, bro. We'll go ride, bro. Sorry, bud. We'll
Friend.
friend. We'll go ride some bikes. So if anybody else has any other questions about the Great Plains Moto ride or Moto vlog setups or anything, I guess I saw Brian's Blacktop Devil just did a how he dual vlogs setup, and he does it different than I do. It's fun to see.
Who?
Blacktop.
Oh.
It's fun to see somebody else's setup that works just as good. I think mine's a little bit better, but I'm
You
kidding.
also wear a lady's jacket.
Okay. Oh man,
You're welcome, Brian.
you also thought all the corn in the field was sweet corn.
I did, and I will be honest about that. That was true.
I was
City
honest
girl.
about the woman's jacket, the lady
I don't
jacket.
think I would have shared that.
Oh man, you're using my lines against me now.
19 years, babe. 19
The actual
years.
dates, starting with the day before the ride.
Next Saturday and Sunday.
Well, it'd be the 29th.
And 30th.
29th, and then we're riding the 30th because that way I figure people can travel. It's just funny how this all started too, because I was sitting on the couch and Amy was watching one of her. Amy was watching one of her.
Sorry.
The shows that you watch that are kind of out there a little bit.
Kind of out there.
Yeah, you watch some weird shows sometimes. You admit it too, though. Yeah. Anyway, she was watching one of her shows that I really didn't. I wanted to still be in the same room as her, so I was with her,
Listen to that.
but I didn't want to watch what she was watching.
He's so sweet.
And I was thinking around on my phone, and I thought, we need to have like a Nebraska Midwest meetup. And then I thought, no, we can't have a meetup because we'll all get thrown in jail because of the vid. And then I thought, well, we can all go on a ride though, right? We can social distance on our motorcycles.
Best social distancing ever.
And then I thought, I shouldn't do this alone. I'm like looking at Amy, and she's like engulfed in this weird ass show.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I don't remember what show it was either, but it was one of those where it's like she knows it's weird, but she's still watching it anyway.
It was a series, right?
Oh, I'm sure.
Had to have been a series.
I'm sure. Because there's times where she's watching TV and she'll go, "This is so effed up. Why am I watching this?"
But there's nothing else on.
Well, then
It might get better.
be constructive. Don't watch TV anymore. And just kidding. You can do whatever you want with your life. I love you. And I thought, I'm looking around. And I'm thinking. I'm looking through my phone, and I'm like, I'll ask Brian what he thinks about this. So I was like, "Hey, what you think about this?" And he goes, "Cool, do it, and we'll show up." I'm like, "Oh,
Okay.
all right." But my plan at the beginning was I had talked to like Tab Performance, local companies, because if you guys don't know, Tab Performance mufflers and stuff is right here in Lincoln. I had talked to some other companies about being vendors at a meetup and stuff like that, and they're all for it. And, they were going to set up tents and all that stuff too. And it's like, well, we can't do this, So maybe next year, if Tab Performance is still on board, and there's a couple other companies. Frontier says that they'll stay open late on a Saturday or something, so we can do something there. They'll get a DJ, stuff like that. And Nomad's Bar, where we're in Oaxaca, where we're going to stop at, they said we can do stuff like that there too. They can close streets down, and we can do stuff there.
Do whatever we want. We're a small town.
Right.
For exact words.
Right. The only problem is that there is no cell service in that town.
No.
But we had the T-Mobile then. We got the Verizon now, so it might be different. 30th is the ride. If you get stuck in Omaha, I can help you out. Oh, very cool. See, there's no reason not
Why?
to come. No pants, Dave.
Ah,
You know, so much help. Hey, work. You know what though? I mean, as far as being a little wee moto vlogger and a small YouTube channel, wearing a wee moto vlog, wear a 5X jacket apparently. Um, having help, whatever it is, from a bigger YouTuber. None of us are huge or big or anything like that, but a bigger YouTuber that has more of an audience, it helps tremendously. So you helped just by being associated. You did a lot more than you know.
thanks,
And
trying to tell him thanks.
we are, I had this moment earlier. I don't know if you guys know we're here, but I was into this deep explanation of what it's like to ride, and then she just shot it down like you're skidding across concrete.
I tried to keep it in, I couldn't.
Amy's been in the sauce.
Shut up.
Oh man. 19
I was
glorious
just gonna say that.
years. I beat you to it. Cooler than you.
I'm fine. Everything's fine.
Cooler than you. Oh man, did we miss anything here? I was like, oh.
Aw. See, that's because that's who we are.
That's right. But I will say this, not to blow smoke up Brian's butt or anything like that, but you've got friends, right? I mean, you got your friends that you hang out with, you got your friends that you do stuff with, you got your friends that you do other stuff with, and then you have internet friends, right? I mean, internet friends, and Brian has always been like a really good internet friend. I mean, we've ridden and hanging out, and stuff like that, and but when you're, how do I say this without sounding like I'm not gonna say that either. Don't look at me like that. When you meet your internet friends, should I say it like that? Because we met Brian right away when we started talking to him on the internet.
Actually, we look like stalkers is what we look like. I think. Because wasn't it the Lancaster Event Center? It was at the big bike show.
Yeah, but we had talked to him and we knew we were going to meet up there.
Right, but it just, I don't know, just felt weird.
You made it weird.
I didn't.
It wasn't weird at all. You made it weird. But anyway, geez, on Pete's, Amy. Can I get to a point? It really doesn't matter now, I guess. But anyway, when you meet your internet friends, you feel like you've known them forever, and it's not like you're meeting them for the first time, or it's like you only hang out a couple times, but you talk on the internet all the time. When you do hang out in person, it's like it's no big deal because you already know that person. There you go. You take over for a while.
She hand me your mesh coat. Probably way too big for me, though.
I hope so.
Had a really good internet friend once. She's talking to me with great conversation. Oh, Jerome.
Oh man, we need to do this more often.
I don't drink, guys. It's true. I don't. This is what you get in the result.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like you weren't drinking today.
No, I'm totally drinking today, but I don't normally.
I gotta watch it. Internet friend once. Oh, I feel really bad.
That's sad.
See, I was trying not to make it corny, but now it's corny. I mean, it's already there, right? We'll just live with it. It's corny. Corn. No, you're not making anything awkward.
I'm sorry. Kind of.
Oh man, I heard a guy on a radio show once. He said the key to a good radio show is to embrace the awkward silence
What awkward silence.
instead of thinking you got to fill the time all the time.
Oh, I think you've been doing a really good job of that.
Have I?
Yeah.
I've been doing really good at like building momentum up to something, and then you just crashing it down. But I love you more than anything in the world.
I love you too.
All right, see now you could just let it go at that. Right? I mean, I've never had any of that Jersey corn, but I mean, even our corny is better than their corny.
What's he doing?
He's not doing what?
It sounds like he's vacuuming.
No, that was a car on the highway.
No, it wasn't.
It was. It was a car on the highway.
I think he's vacuuming downstairs.
Oh, he might be. He was supposed to earlier.
Because you wouldn't go let him go out.
So, some updates about some stuff that's going on. I am putting plans together to do an iron butt on the Fury. I've never done an iron butt on my touring bike, but I'm putting everything together. It's weird because, like, for trips and stuff, I love to plan trips. You know that.
Mhm.
Like, I will sit down and I've got so many weekend trips planned, and like 3-day weekend trips planned. Going down to New Mexico was like a I don't know, like a 2-year thing that I've wanted to do, and we made it work this year. I didn't want to go that far without owning a trailer. I didn't want to borrow somebody's trailer to go that far with. I wanted to own one.
Right.
So we had to wait till all that came together. But like going on the Devil's Highway, that was something that I had wanted to do for a really long time, and that was an amazing road. Other than it was dirty, as far as like little rocks and pellets and stuff like that on the road, it was like something that like that's gonna stick with you for a long time, you know. And to lose that footage brought me to tears.
Oh, you were mad more than anything. I think you really wanted to just go take the GoPro out on the street and run it over a million times.
I did.
That was heartfelt.
What?
Just knowing that it was gone.
Yeah, it's like because I took my iPad with me on that trip because I didn't want to take my laptop. I took my iPad, and then I was getting ready to put the footage on my iPad that night off of my memory card. And I've got a bunch of different memory cards, but I've got one big memory card, the 256 gig memory card. And I put it in my card reader and plugged it in, and actually Sonny just popped up. He probably remember this because he was live as this happened.
That's right, they were.
And I put it in there, and all of my footage popped up. There was 8 hours of footage on that card, and that card holds at 1080p, 60 frames per second. That card holds 11 hours. So I was getting ready to download all that on my iPad, and it's like it was haunted because like the screen like fluttered and stuff.
Go on this.
And it was on the Devil's Highway, like you said, but we're in this little dinky hotel room, and I'm like, whoa, this is weird.
But remember, you showed Kale when we were on the phone with him. And your mom.
So I'm like, I'm on the phone with my mom. I'm FaceTiming my mom because we had some life things happen. Every time we go on vacation, we have a big life couple of things happen. This time, my Uncle Jerry passed away. When we were in Arkansas one year, my Aunt Juanita passed away. And so I'm talking to my mom, and we had just gotten over like the emotional part of it,
Mm-hmm.
And I flipped the phone around, and I'm showing my mom this road, where we're riding through the biggest copper mine on the planet, and I mean the tailing belts are going right over the top of you. The haul trucks are 5 feet from the highway. You are riding through a mine, and it's epic. I mean, it's something that you're never gonna see again unless you go back there.
Right.
And I'm showing this to my mom, and then I get on the phone with my kid, and I'm showing this to my kid, and like everything is working fine, like I said, and then like all of a sudden I'm starting to download all the footage, and like everything, like I'm not gonna say the iPad shook or anything like that, but the screen like fluttered a little bit, and I didn't know what was going on, and then it said it was an error, so I'm like, oh, okay, well usually that means I don't have enough storage, so I moved a bunch of stuff to the cloud, which everything was going to the cloud anyway, but I had to put it on I wanted to put it on my iPad first before I put it on the cloud anyway. So, and then all of a sudden, like it starts disappearing, like one video at a time. Like somebody is clicking delete, and I wasn't on the internet at the time either, so it wasn't like I was hacked or anything because Apple stuff doesn't get hacked, right? So I'm watching this stuff disappear, and I even said, I pulled it out of the card reader.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, this isn't cool. And I didn't have a card holder with me, so I got out my Hero 5, my GoPro 5, which I never use, but it's with me in case I need it. And I popped out the 64 gig memory card in there, and I put the memory card in there, the big one, which that GoPro won't accept a 256 gig card. But I never put a battery in that GoPro, nothing. It was my card holder basically. So we ride home, and I'm using a 64 gig memory card in my Hero 8, and everything is going fine. Everything's working. I'm very sparingly using the GoPro because I don't want to fill up this 64 gig card, because that holds like 3 hours or something like that, maybe 5. So we get back to our Airbnb, and I put the card in my card reader for my laptop, and this is like the first like 5 seconds when we walk in the door. I'm like, I want to get this footage on the computer and be done with it. And it says error, it won't download it. So I'm going through this, trying to fix. I'm like on a chat with an IT guy and stuff like that, and he's like, no problem, it's just this. So I go to download all of the footage again, and it says it downloaded it. And I did not click, delete after download or anything like that, because I took it out then and I put it back in my iPad, and boom, it's all there. The stuff that even had disappeared the night before while we were in Arizona is there. So I go back to my computer and I look, and it's like none of the thumbnails for the videos have any scenes from the videos in them. They're just play buttons. So I play it, and then nothing. I play it, and then nothing. So nothing is behind these videos that have supposedly been downloaded. So I go through, and I don't delete those or anything, but I put the card back in the memory slot, and boom, there they are. So I go to download it again. It says there's an error. And then it kept doing that. So I'm like, well, I don't have enough memory on my iPad or on my computer now. So I deleted all the stuff that went on there before, and then I opened up the card again in the USB slot, and it's empty. It was totally empty. Like everything had just disappeared, was gone.
Weird.
But it was like, you have this, like, I'm like doing the video in my head already, right? Because I'm going to do a video like I did, which was going to be her footage and my footage together from the beginning of the ride to the end of the ride, which we almost hit an elk
It was pooping.
It was pooping in. It started pooping in the middle of the road.
Then we scared it all out of him.
There was snow 5 feet high in the shoulders and stuff. Went up 10,000 feet
cold.
up on the top of the mountain, and it's just like, did it really happen? Because you don't have it on footage and you can't put it on YouTube.
Can't prove that you were there.
Yeah, it was a ton of fun. So Badgers, I don't know if you guys are still on here or not, if you listened to that winded story or not. Sunny Badgers, they are putting on the world record poker run from Florida to Sturgis. It is a Guinness Book of World Record. So the 10 people that are on here, if you all sign up and go, you will be part of a world record poker run. Sweet. Thanks for stopping by, Brian, for as long as you did. I appreciate it, man. We will see you next weekend. Oh, yep, they are still here. So, how was the birthday this week?
Yes, birthday girl.
Usually when it's
Or is she
the
on
Badgers, it's usually sunny. I don't know if it is or not. But...
She went to her daughter's, or they went to their daughter's play.
Mm.
That's the
First I've heard of it.
Dave.
All right, so how do I get the link to this video? Sonny, you feel like just joining in? I don't know how to do that stuff. So I'll invite here.
Copy and send it in Messenger.
Am I going to lose these guys?
You should.
Uh-oh.
Just click back.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know how to do it. So if you feel like joining in, let me know. I'll figure this out. What?
He said yes last night, and tonight we are officially done with high school. Oh my gosh. Wow.
All right, bear with
or you
us
can
here,
do
guys.
one of those, I think.
Yeah, but I can't do that until they're in the
Oh.
back room.
So then just email it on Gmail.
I don't know if I have Gmail set up on here yet. Okay, if you guys disappeared, give us a second here.
Oh, it already did it for you.
Huh.
That's all they need.
I don't know his email address. How do I send it to me here? Hold on. I'll send it to you. Okay.
Why are you sending it to you?
Because that's how this is going to happen. That's why.
All right.
Just you bear with me here for a second.
Okay,
Take over
Genome
for a second.
says there's an invite button down there. Just copy to clipboard. Yes, we are doing that. Thank you. You know, Dave did say something way up here. Says he's got a title for the video. Furious Iron Butt.
That'll be fun. That's actually a really good idea.
Man, I can't believe you guys are done with high school.
I can't wait till they're done with high school. Cannot wait.
I can. Already a junior.
I know, it's so awesome. We're going to be empty nesters before we're 50.
We will.
Before we're 45. Well, before I'm 45.
Jeez. Here we go. Here we go.
Okay, so he'll show up down here. I'm sorry, guys. This is the first time we've done stuff like this. Oh, here we go.
Look at.
Okay, so he'll show up down here. I'm sorry, guys. This is the first time we've done stuff like this.
What's up, guys?
Okay, so he'll show up down here. I'm sorry, guys. This is the first time we've done
Yeah, they sent me an invite.
Okay.
Can you hear me? Can you see me? Can't hear them. What's going on here? My volume's up. Can't hear you guys. I can see you, but I can't hear you. Can you hear me? Yeah, I can hear you. Weird. Let's see. So I wonder if people can hear. Can you hear us on YouTube, Ange? Yeah, we can't hear Josh. Josh, check your mute button.
It sounds really weird.
It sounds weird.
Yeah. Yes. I can hear us on there, but
Not them.
I can't hear Amy. So
I can't hear them either.
Can you hear us now? James, you can't hear us either? All right.
No, he sent that a little while ago.
Oh.
No, he didn't.
Oh man, this is
What did we?
horrible.
Oh, wait, click back here.
I don't know. We may have just screwed it up to no end. No fixing it now.
Oh,
Oh,
there
and now
you
you
are.
can hear us. You couldn't hear us before
I
though,
think
and
it was because of this.
but I had to do that to get him on here.
I
No.
got nothing.
All right.
Oh man, I'm sad. Oh wait,
Oh,
look.
it's gonna happen again now. All right. So right away, let us know if you guys can't hear us anymore. Oh, we'll go here. Can you hear us now?
What?
Can you hear us now?
What?
What? You're a dick.
Oh, I miss
Oh
you.
man.
That was great.
Yeah, it was great. So how you guys been doing?
We're good. It's been a busy couple days. Been a busy week. Mama Badger's birthday.
It's been an awesome week. Happy birthday!
Why isn't she on there with you?
Cause she's in the other recliner, just to
In my
the.
pajamas. I'm in my pajamas.
Oh man.
She drinking out of her new cup.
No, she's drinking out of some cup she got at the gas station on the
Too pretty to
motorcycle. Yeah, it's too pretty to drink out of.
Right?
You see what I deal with.
So I kind of wanted you to come on here, Sonny, so that you can explain to everybody what's going to happen on Monday.
What's gonna happen on Monday?
Here in headlights.
One of the recipients for the free trip to Sturgis can't go?
Oh yeah. Are we gonna do that on Monday? We were undecided, so I guess we're doing it on Monday.
I thought you guys had already decided to do it on Monday. All right,
I
sometime
thought they said Monday or
this is
Tuesday.
going to have to happen.
Yes. But I don't know
yeah.
if we have enough time to get it out there by Monday, do we? Julian?
So sometime this has to happen, but one of the recipients for the free veterans trip to the on the world record poker run can't go.
Actually, he's going.
Oh, he is going now?
Yeah, he's just paying his own way. He can afford to go. So he's
Oh,
like, look,
okay.
I can afford to go, so I want to give it to somebody that maybe can't afford to go.
Oh, I didn't realize that was
He,
I
part of
didn't
it.
either.
he didn't even realize he was nominated. So a couple of his friends nominated him, and he's like, look, I can afford to go, so I'm not going to take a free one if someone that can't afford to go
Wow.
can go. So
That is so nice.
yes,
Pay
very
it
cool.
forward.
So
Crazy.
Well, that's kind of like Todd.
Yeah.
Todd didn't want to get nominated either because he said, give it to somebody that needs it.
well, that's it. You know, I completely agree. I think I would be the exact same way. So I think it's really cool that he's like, you know what? Let's re-give it away. So
Right.
we're gonna do
That's
that.
awesome.
And for those,
Also, you got to ride the Pan America recently, right?
I haven't ridden it. I just got to sit on it and play with it and push buttons and start it, and it sounds like a sewing machine. But it, I really want to ride it. I want one. Your
Like
speaker
that.
or whatever is not working. You're like,
Quit working again?
there we go. Now you're good.
Oh man. Okay, I'm not moving.
Don't move.
Don't. I'm not gonna move.
But yes, I want a Pan American, and I haven't even ridden it yet. But just playing with it, I want one.
So I went and saw one. The demo truck was in Lincoln, and I wanted to ride it, and I texted my buddy who's a salesman there, and he said that within 5 minutes the schedule for the Pan America filled up.
I believe it.
And I was like, well, man, why didn't you just sign me up when you knew that I could do it? You got to think of Josh here every now and then, bud.
Right?
Sorry, I'm trying to plug this in. So another thing I wanted to ask you about was the Icon series.
Yes.
I think very interestingly, you brought up a point that they should come out with like a soft tail Springer, like with an FL front end or something.
Well, I asked. So
Oh.
we met a guy from Harley Corporate, which, by the way, we know Harley Corporate now knows about the World Record Poker Run because he was going to tell them about it. But anyway, so we met a guy that works for Harley Corporate, and my first question was, Springer? And he's like, and his first instant reaction was, I can't tell you. I can't discuss that. So, and then he went a little deeper in, and he's like, here's what we know. The Springer front end is really complicated and hard to work with, especially with stuff like ABS and all the new technology. And so it's a challenge. So that just tells me they've been working on it, or how would they know that all that's a challenge?
Right. Yeah,
So
because when they had the Springer, there was no ABS.
Right. I'm guessing that it's in the works. I don't know how you do an Icon series and don't do something as iconic as the Springer. How soon? I don't know, but I'm guessing it's in the works.
Because when I saw that paint scheme for the Icon, I instantly went to that the 3-part series that they did not too long ago, Harley and the Davidsons.
Mm-hmm.
When they unload that knucklehead, and it's blue and white wall tires and white wheels, and stuff. When I saw that bike, I instantly thought of that scene where they roll that bike out of the back of the truck. So
I think Harley's doing a lot of interesting stuff right now, and a lot of people are like kind of down on them. But Harley's had this huge issue for years, right? They bring out the V Rod, and the diehard Harley people are that's not a Harley. They've got the live wire, right? The live wire is a blast to ride. I don't know that I would ever buy one. It's not practical for me. Now they spun that off into its own thing. So it's like they're trying to bring the new technology in, but keep the old people happy because they're the ones that spend all the money right now. So that Icon series is just that, right? They can reach out to that core and say, "Here, we built something for you guys." I mean, everybody's like, it's really expensive. It's like $29, and if you do the math from a street glide, a black street glide, and then you add all the extra to it, it's probably priced about right, especially being one of 1,500.
I don't know if I'd want to sit on that seat too much. Did you sit on the bike at all?
I didn't yet. Did I throw my leg over? I don't remember. Yes, I did. Yeah, it wouldn't be comfortable for a long distance. But I mean, how many people are buying that thing to put 100,000 miles on it? It's unfortunate people aren't buying it for that. But the truth of the matter is, most of those are going to be garage queens that are going to go out on the weekend, maybe.
That's true.
I mean, if you're really looking to buy something to put miles on, you wouldn't buy that bike. I would buy a black street glide and just ride the piss out of it and then get rid of it.
That's a good point. Well, you would buy a Softail though, wouldn't you? Because you're a Softail lover.
Well, probably. I mean, I've got 3, so why not add another one to it?
All right.
Hey, Sonny, do you like mesh jackets?
Do what?
Do you like mesh jackets?
Mesh jackets? No.
He wasn't on during that. You might want to share it with him. I don't want him to feel left out.
What? What am I missing?
I bought a mesh jacket last year, and I found out this year that I had been wearing a woman's jacket the whole time. And for some reason, Aim thinks it's a really funny story to tell everybody.
Hey, it's so hilarious. You're the one that shared it with him.
Did that come with lipstick and a purse?
It didn't. It didn't. But I've already told the story to we've lost some viewers, but I was at an event and I got off the bike and I was taking my helmet off, and as I'm taking the helmet off, I look over and then I slowly peel the helmet off, and I'm like, why is that lady over there wearing the same coat as me? And then she's looking at me like, why are you wearing a woman's coat, bro? And yeah. And then I pan around and all of a sudden you see 4 or 5 women wearing the same jacket. Thanks for bringing this back up. I appreciate you a lot.
I saw a comment over there by James RCNO. Santa Fe Harley offered it to them for $35K, and he respectfully declined. So what we're faced here is supply and demand, right? So they're selling as fast as they can get them, and if you've got one, that means you've got the supply that somebody will probably pay for. As much as it sucks, it's business. I get it, right? Their job is to make as much money as possible. And if you get one of these rare bikes and have the ability to mark it up to 35 and get somebody to pay you for it, I mean, that's kind of, that's capitalism. That's business. So, I get why you wouldn't buy it at 35. I wouldn't buy it at 29. But someone's going to buy it for 35. And if I'm the dealer, I'm probably going to hold on to it too. Either that, or the other thing is they may dealer trade it. So if they've got a big dealer that's selling a lot of them that really wants it, then that means they can trade for a really coveted bike they want to sell. So there's lots of power in those rare bikes. Just a little insight from the dealership side. So maybe they want to see, because the CVOs are limited too, right? So if they have a guy come in and says, I want this CVO, and they don't have one, now they have a bargaining chip to call another dealership and go, well, look, we've got one of the icons, we'll trade you for the CVO. So there's multiple reasons to, to put a high price tag on that and to keep that bike in their possession.
Yeah, I never thought of it like that.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, it's a poker. It's a chip at this point. Well, how can we get the most out of it?
Right. Which makes sense because the dealer had already, bought it from the manufacturer anyway. So.
Your mic's messed up again. I don't know what you did, but it's like crackling. Oh, there you go.
Is it good now?
I think so. Say something again.
Is it good now?
There you are. You're good.
All right. Okay, I'm not gonna move.
Yep.
This is
freeze.
scary. Sonny's put a hex on us. If he heard any of that, he's gonna go, "What? What? What?" So I like the look of the icon. I don't like the look of the tractor seat that's on it, but at the same time, I understand why they put it on there. For the look, obviously, but I think, like you said, a Springer coming out like that, and then maybe even a Sportster coming out with the same paint scheme on it. I don't know how far they're gonna to push that paint scheme, but
Right.
I can see them doing more than just an electric glide with it.
I would love to see them. I mean, you can go buy like S&S motors with like panhead and stuff. I would love to see them do some throwback engine types as well. It would still be the new engine, but just made to look like, the panhead and so on. I think that would be really neat. A really neat piece to throw in on the Icon series is a motor from that area, that genre, a look-alike motor. They can do it. They just got to, they just got to make the valve covers and all different.
But at the same time, if you're going to go through that much research and development to make a motor look like an old one, I think you should do it for like an anniversary year and put it in the whole line.
Oh yeah, that would be very cool.
Why not?
You moved again, dude. Stop moving.
That better?
Nope.
Really?
There you are. You're back.
Oh my gosh. I don't know what's going on.
Don't touch the mouse.
I'm getting mad.
I can't even touch the mouse because then you can't.
It's all your fault.
Why is it my fault?
You've done
I'm
it all.
not even plugged in.
You've done it all. It's your fault. So yeah, so any other announcements you've got to make, Sonny, on anything?
Any other announcements I got to make? No, I don't have any announcements. Do we have any announcements? Yes, we passed 100. We have over 100 registered riders. We're at 104, I think.
Sweet.
You said they would all come in at the end.
Yep, and they have been. I expect this next week to be pretty crazy too. We've had a lot of people reach out. I had a couple reach out yesterday that said, "We just heard about it. We're trying to get time off and work everything out." So
awesome.
Yes, we've got over 100 people going on the trip with us. That's pretty exciting.
So one of the other questions I have is one of the guys, Todd, one of our friends, is trying to line up everything with haul bikes, and he's having a difficult time with them. Has anybody else had a problem?
What's his issue? Do you know?
They don't get back to it.
Okay. I haven't had any problem with them getting back to him. The last issue I heard was they were trying to figure out where to drop their bike off in Sturgis, and I don't have that answer yet. If they're having it hauled from Sturgis, but your buddy probably wouldn't be doing that, right? I mean, Sturgis isn't very far from where you guys are at.
Right. No, so, he's gonna ride home with me. Ride back with me.
Okay. Well, I mean, have him message me with what's going on. I'll see what I can get done.
Okay. He's a problem solver. I moved.
What?
I moved. I said you're a problem solver, but I moved my head, and I'm not allowed to do that anymore.
Right. I'm a problem creator and solver.
I've got a feeling that you and I could get into a lot of trouble together.
Oh, we could. I'm 100% sure of it. Oh, James said that Trips, Harley, and Amarillo, they're interested in being involved with the world record poker run being right off of I-40.
Well, I-40.
Interesting.
Just gonna say it.
That's awesome.
Who has an interest?
Hey, what do you say? It's Trips, Harley, and Amarillo.
We could do Amarillo.
Don't we have a bar in Amarillo?
We
Didn't
just
we
had
get?
a bar said they would donate 10%.
Yeah, we just got a bar in Amarillo that said if we want to go there the night we land in Amarillo and eat and drink, they'll give 10% of proceeds to Biker Dam.
Sweet.
So we're trying to set that up in every town we stop in, finding the local bars and all that want to donate a percentage of sales, and then we can go eat and drink there and have a good time.
Right.
And
Yeah.
were you still pushing to try to find like Legion clubs and stuff like that?
Yeah, Toby's working on that. It'd be really cool if we could like have a lunch stop at Legions or VFWs along the way. Pull in, get a beer and a burger or whatever, and all the money, goes to them.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be really cool.
Real cool, bud.
It's the weirdest thing. Every time you wear the jacket, he would start singing Liza
Mm-hmm.
Minnelli. He's just the funny one.
Yeah,
tonight.
he's a good friend.
So Mama Badger asked if the jacket is now Amy's new jacket.
No,
Too
because
big.
here's the funny thing about that. I'm a 2X, guy,
Uh-huh.
and apparently I'm a 5X woman's guy. So it's not going to fit me.
I gotcha. So I'm just curious. Did
Oh.
you not, buying a 5X jacket be like, dude, either I ate a lot or there's something wrong with this jacket?
Well, the salesman told me that's just the way that Bill
Okay.
is.
Do you know that salesman? Great salesman. Need to hire that person.
I wasn't with him though, so
Yeah, oddly enough, she was on the Women's International Ride Day ride thing.
Have you not?
No.
So for future reference, don't go shopping without Amy.
Right.
not that I would
Right.
tell
For
him.
clothing or anything.
Well, the guy's telling me it's a European jacket, right?
That sounds right.
Because I'm putting it on and it's like the zipper's on the left, dude. Is this where it's supposed to be? And he goes, yeah, it's European. It's fine.
This dude is a hell of a salesman. I don't know what he's doing selling motor clothes. He should be selling bikes. No, man, that's a Honda. I promise
Right.
it's a Honda. It's
My
a European version of the Harley Davidson. That's why it looks like a Honda and sounds like a Honda, but it's a European version of Harley Davidson.
It starts with an 8. What more do you want? Oh, man.
That's funny.
Hire that dude.
No.
Mm.
This is gonna be so fun. It's never gonna get
I
old.
asked the son bitch, I said, the zipper's on the left. Is that all right? And he goes, yeah, it's European. It's fine.
The funniest thing is, I guess that's where you and I differ, because the moment he said it's European, I'd have been like, all right, I'm out.
I was just because I have a
He
thing.
loves it though.
I have a thing where I don't like to wear black in the summertime because I get hot.
Okay.
And white is cooler to me, and that was the only white one that they had.
Right next to the pink one.
It wasn't pink. It was high vis. It was
It
bright
was
yellow.
high vis. I like that. It's not pink, it's high vis. I'll remember that.
Hey Viz.
Mm-hmm. High vis is the bright orange or
Oh.
bright white, bright orange,
Okay.
whatever. High visibility.
You know, typical bagger rider, right? He's got 2 purses on each side of his bike. He might as well wear a woman's jacket.
I got nothing to say to that. I got nothing. Because you're right. I mean, it's a dick move, but you're right. Oh, man.
Oh, you're fun.
Yeah, tons of fun. I'm glad I brought you on here.
Josh is like, I'm never inviting this douchebag on our show again.
Either that or I'm going to invite you on all of them. And then
Right.
someday I'll find something. I'll get something on you. I'll buy my time. I'll wait in the corner.
Right? He's going to be like, Amy, video record everything he does on this trip. You've got to
follow him. Follow him like a bad part is that she'd be on your team about it all day.
Oh.
Yeah, so I didn't tell you that part. When I saw the females wearing the same jacket as me, because I wasn't at the Harley dealer, I was at like a metric type thing.
That explains it.
When I realized what was going on, that was the moment I realized that the jacket wasn't bunching up in the chest area. It's because there was room allotted in the chest area.
Well,
So funny.
you're going to have to work out so that it fits you better.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, my cheeks hurt.
I'll have to
Stop.
work out.
That or, you know.
Oh man! So if you guys are just joining us, or if you don't know, Sonny Badger and his wife Angie Badger are putting on the world record poker run.
She's laughing.
from Tampa to Sturgis. That's all I got. Go sign up, www.worldrecordpokerrun.com.
Oh, Angie. She's not there with him, but she really is.
Yes.
Oh,
I can hear
her. Oh,
Wow.
goodness.
We're going to have so much fun.
So there's 7 people on here. We're going to spill the beans to 7 people.
What
We're going to we might do a cannonball run across Texas from the east side of Texas to the west side of Texas and back to the east side of Texas.
See, now that's
Hashtag crackhead.
and I'm telling you, Sonny, I think he already has the route already planned.
I sent it
The
to
moment.
I've seen it.
I sent it to
Oh
him.
yeah. Oh yeah. I've already seen it. It's already been laid out. Right.
He like had it done that night.
It wasn't well.
It was. Yeah.
I think it's
He's
I
so
think it's a
excited.
great idea for the 6 people that are on here because somebody heard that and left. For the 6 people that are on here, who would want to do a cannonball run on their bikes across Texas and back, from the east side to the west side to the east side?
Another epic event.
I don't know if it'd be that epic as much as just fun.
Oh, it would be epic. We don't do non-epic events.
Right.
That's
Right.
for
Make her go home.
all the ordinary people.
And Sonny's not an ordinary person.
Right.
When you come up to him with an idea that, hey, I want to pay for some veterans poker runs, and he's like, no, if I'm involved, it's big. And now 7 veterans are going on the whole ride for free.
We were just gonna do one.
It
And
worked.
we were going to do a couple of them.
It worked, right?
Right.
It did.
That's just it. I mean, the funny thing is everybody keeps saying what's next, and I keep saying nothing. We got a
Really?
poker run to put on. But strangely enough, man, all these ideas keep popping in my head that I'm writing down. So who knows? Her dad insists that something's next. So you never
Well,
know.
it sounds kind of like maybe you've got a list of things. What's kind of brewing at the top of the list a little bit?
Well, one that like I thought of on the way home tonight. Literally, we were riding home from Desi's thing.
Hey, Sonny, you need to get off right now. Just say bye.
Well, this is ideas for them to do.
Oh,
There's
okay.
only
Right.
okay.
And you're 2 of
So, anybody ever seen The Amazing Race?
Hmm?
Could you imagine doing that on motorcycles? So you go to a
Think that would-
That'd
destination.
be kind of like
You go to a destination, then you have like a puzzle to solve, or we give them a riddle that gets them to the destination. And it's like literally like a competition to get to the fifth location or whatever.
I think it sounds like a blast.
I can't hear you, your mic.
Is it better? I didn't move.
There you go.
I ain't gonna lie to you. That sounds like a blast.
I thought it sounded pretty fun too. It'd be a lot to organize, a lot to put in. Wind road therapy's in. You know, we got to get through the world record poker run, take a breath, and then, you know, we'll see how it goes. If it doesn't go well, I don't know that I'm up for doing anything else. If it goes great, we'll take a breath and see what comes afterwards.
Right.
But I have to admit, stuff keeps popping in my head, and I'm like, man, there's so many cool things we could do on motorcycles that just doesn't exist.
Right. I think it brings a whole new atmosphere to what somebody is already passionate about.
Right?
So I think there should be no end in sight for you guys, and that this one, the world record poker run, obviously should just be the beginning. Really? Is it still screwing up?
Yep, there you're better.
Oh, I don't even know what to do. I'm not moving anything. I think that the world record poker run should just be the beginning for you guys, and that I think it should be a yearly Badger occasion that you guys put on something epic and huge every year. I mean, this should just be the beginning.
I'm waiting for Angie to throw something at him because
And
I can feel her daggers.
Just over there smiling.
I got a coat for her if she really wants one.
Yeah, she's not a 5X either.
Right.
So it was, we've had a lot of people say that. I think that would be awesome, but I also know, what people don't know is this world record poker run, it is literally all we've done since January.
Well, I believe it.
Ever
We
since you
started
rolled out
working
of
on
bed
it
that
last
day.
August, but we haven't done nothing but world record poker run since like January. I don't know if we have the capacity to turn around and do that again. So that's kind of the challenge. Like I said, once we get through it and see how it goes, right, and hopefully everything goes smoothly, and then we take our journey back of like 4 weeks, and we can sit down and look at each other and go, okay, are we insane enough to try to do this again, or do we turn it over to someone else, or do we give an idea to somebody and then we help them, support them? I don't know where we end on that.
You won't just help; you'll really help.
Right. So it'll be kind of like one of these. I did this one. It's your turn to plan the next one, and then it's your turn to plan the next one, and then it's your turn to plan the next one, and then I'll plan the next one.
Maybe that's how it works. I guess the truth of the matter is who has the time, energy, and effort to put one of these things on? Because we're fortunate enough that we can do it full time. Because we have sponsors and everything that pay us to do motorcycle stuff. But for the average person, I don't know what capacity to spend all day, every day working on something. I don't know. Be a real challenge.
Mm-hmm. Well, at the same time, though, you already have the crew in place after this one.
Right. That's true. We do, and we have the experience and we have the contacts. So that's
Right.
the big thing. We've spent 6 months getting contacts with all these companies and places like the Buffalo Chip where we're going to end, and Harley Davidson dealerships and all the riders across the country, right? So we are in a better place to do it again next year because we already could reach out to people and go, you saw what we did with the poker run, now we're going to do this.
Absolutely.
So yes, we would be in a better position to do it. The first one's always the hardest. And, we've spent a lot of time doing this first one. So, yeah, like I said, once we take a breath and hopefully everything goes good, if everything goes great on this, we would be more apt to say, you know what, let's do something else. If everything goes to shit, we're going to be like, no, never again.
Amy did it.
Right.
I think that your best advertisement obviously will be the people that go on the ride.
And
So,
the ride has to be successful for them to be our best advertisement, right? So there's just so many variables to this. I mean, you take 100+ people, put them on motorcycles, send them for 3,200 miles across the country. There is no flipping telling what could possibly happen. Then you throw in people like Hell's on Two Wheels, the ornery ones, all these people that are all these personalities that are going. I mean, this could go really like phenomenal, or this could go the absolute wrong way. Who the hell
right?
knows?
The guys that are doing burnouts in the parking lot, the comedy nominators,
Right.
making everybody all pissed off. Can't get any sleep. We gotta go 500 miles the next day, dick.
So we really don't. Yeah, we just. How do I put this? Nothing like this has ever been done before that I've seen in the motorcycle community. So we really don't have anything to base it off of. I mean, Adam Sandoval did a really cool thing, but everybody came to one spot, rode around in like a 2-mile area, and then they all dispersed. Could you imagine bringing all those people to one place and then trying to take them 3,200 miles away? It's a whole different dynamic. And that's the challenge.
It's not just a couple bikes.
That's the cool thing about it, though. I mean, we live in a world where the bigger the thing is, like Adam's deal was cool, but your guys' is the size of it is what's appealing. If that makes sense.
The length, is that what you're talking about? How long?
Just the size of the whole thing. How big it's becoming. The distance. I mean, what it is what is so appealing. Like Adam's deal was cool, but like you said, they rode around in an airport. What you guys are doing is you don't know what the road ahead is gonna lead to. I mean, it's
just a lot more variables, in my opinion, of what can happen along the way. So, that's like I said, there just wasn't any. I didn't have anything to base my idea off of, or look at what somebody else had done to try to copy that. I mean, even the record that was set by a single dude. How do I go off of his record? I mean, we were just kind of flying blind going, we've done a poker run before. How do we do a poker run across 3,200 miles?
And I've planned poker runs before that are just 120 miles, and sometimes it's the people that you deal with that make it very tough. Every person's got their own opinion, so
that's it. And we've got people coming from all over the place. All different riding styles, all different riders. We got all different ages. We got one that's in their 70s coming and riding, which is super cool.
Wow.
We have veterans coming. I mean, we just have an awesome crew coming. But the other thing is, we don't know any of these people. I mean, we don't know them. We have no relationship with them. I mean, it's just, I don't know how to explain it. It's just such a big bag of unknowns that, it's some nights it's kind of tough to sleep. You're like, okay,
Here we go.
How's it going to work?
That goes back to what I was saying earlier. The unknown is what's so appealing.
Right.
The adventure of, I don't know how this is going to work,
But we're doing it.
Yeah, but it's like, throw caution to the wind. Let's give this a shot.
Well, I think the other part, though, is you take such an ownership in it. Like for Angie and I, if this doesn't go well, we're going to be heartbroken. Not so much that it didn't go well for us, but we have 100 and some people that, and if you really think about this, on average, the average person's probably spending $2,500 to $3,000 So if you take 100 people spending $3,000, that's $300,000 in revenue that is being spent to go on this world record poker run, not to count all the other money that we've raised and we've spent and we're going to raise along the way. You know, this is probably going to be a $500,000 ordeal. If it doesn't go well, you know, that's the scary unknown for me. Is I'm going to be heartbroken because I want it to be the absolute best experience that all of these 110, 120, however many we end up, have ever had. And so that's the big thing. So everybody's like, we're going to have fun and we're going to enjoy this. And I hope you guys do. But I mean, we're going to be stressed out till we get to Sturgis because we want it to be that ultimate experience.
At the same time, you guys need to kick back and enjoy it.
Can't hear you.
At the same time, you guys need to kick back and enjoy it also.
Well, you know, when we get to Sturgis, that's when we'll kick our feet up, and then we're gonna spend like 4 weeks coming home. That'll be our relaxed time. But till we get to Sturgis, it's work. It's every day. Is everybody in line? Is everything going smoothly? Do we have the card pull set up? Is the bars ready for us? Are the hotels? Even though we have reservations, did they make sure everything was, just all those little pieces that are going to go on behind the scenes that hopefully none of our riders are going to see and experience because we want them to have the kick-ass time. And you cut out again. You need to take it. Oh, there you go. You're better now.
I don't envy your job in this. I don't. It's an awesome thing that you're doing, but I'd rather be one of the minions, I guess, than the one that's in charge of them.
Well, the truth of the matter is, you can get lots of minions. To get something like this done, somebody's got to, you know what I mean? If I hadn't woke up one morning and said, hey, I want to do the world record poker run and started pushing for it, there would be no world record poker run. So it's the same with everything else. If we want to do an amazing race, somebody's going to have to grab the tiger by the tail and do it, right? Because we'll get lots of people that want to participate, and that's awesome. But we still have to have people that want to put it on and put in that work. That's the part where we're like, are we crazy enough to do that a second time? Because we know how much the first time was. So.
Well, my idea was you guys could always just hire us so we could quit our jobs and we just moved there.
I like it. Come on down.
Did you hear about the whole you'll have to hire us?
I heard that. I heard it. That's right. We'll put you right on the bandwagon. We'll start adding more sponsors. I mean,
see,
we have a lot of room for more sponsors. We just don't have time to go get our own personal sponsors. That's the big thing with the World Record Poker Run is we don't have time to do anything else. And unfortunately, the World Record Poker Run makes us zero money. I mean, we're not taking any money from the World Record Poker Run, so everything we get over cost is donated. So we're basically spending every day working on something that makes us no money. That's the challenge.
So has there ever been a point where you've looked back and said, this was a horrible idea, why am I doing this?
I think we should ask Andy.
Yeah, we'd be lying if we didn't say that we've looked at each other. For a couple months ago, Angie and I have been married for 24 years this June. We fought every freaking day over the World Record Poker Run. And that's just no lie. I mean, we were stressed out, both of us. We were both snippy. We were both trying to get stuff done. Things wasn't just falling into place. And literally, we fought more than we've ever fought in the past year.
Well, but at the same time, you're passionate about it too. So
Right. I mean, and that leads to that. But I mean, when
Mhm.
we literally look at each other and realize that we've never fought this much in our entire lives, the beauty of a marriage is, right, you work on it, or you don't just pack it up and so you guys fight, you make up, you continue on. But we've fought and made up more in the past year than we have in 24 years. So you know that's the other thing, right? It's a stress and strain on the entire family, us,
Mhm.
the kids, right? Because we're like, we can't go do that. We've got to do this.
Mhm.
Right.
Um, you know, her mom works for us. Her dad's involved. I know we've gotten snippy with them too. Just like, we need this done and we need it done yesterday. Or, why didn't you listen to us? We said to do it this way and it wasn't done this way. And, just all those things that, compile when you're doing something like this. And then the other thing is, you count on other people, right? And then if they don't do it to your standard, then you're disappointed, and then you go in and redo it, um, or work with them to get it done. All those things.
Right.
So yeah, we've definitely had those times where we're like, what the hell were we thinking?
But
But we
was
can't
there
push
ever a
them.
time where you wish you would have not done it? I mean, you're obviously too far into it now. You can't back out now. But was there a time where you thought we shouldn't have done this?
Yeah, when we've had some of those fights, we've had some fights where Angie's like, "Fuck it, I'm done. We're not doing this." And then we would have
I
to
can so
talk
see her
each
doing that.
other off of the ledge. But we've had those times where we're like, you know what? We'll give everybody their damn money back. We will apologize and we will move on.
I saw that look when you brought up the whole veterans deal when we were talking to them. I saw her look. I knew it. She's like,
That
I ain't doing this.
wasn't necessarily my fault, though.
Love you, Angie.
She's over
Well,
there listening.
my hat's off to you guys for everything that you've done and everything that you're doing for this. I think for as far as the biker community, something like this is huge, and I can see lots of people getting into the biker community because of this. And at the end of the day, that's the reason why we do YouTube, is so
Nope.
we can promote motorcycling and stuff like that. We wouldn't know each other if it wasn't for motorcycles.
Nope.
So I think that barking at me in the middle of my sentence, like everything I build up to, you
Every
just
time you
squish
move,
it down.
you lose them.
But I think what this will do for motorcycling as a sport or hobby, whatever you want to call it in general, is one of the reasons why when I heard about it, I told Amy we've got to get on board on this somehow.
Well,
So for
I hope
that,
it was.
as far as being in the motorcycle community, I thank you guys for that.
Well, thank you. Um, we hope, we hope it brings people in. We hope it inspires other people to have their own ideas and do their own events. And we had some people from Canada reach out, and they're like, "We're watching you so that we can beat your record," right?
Oh,
And our response to that was, "Let us know when it is. We'll come ride it with you."
that's
Right?
awesome.
Right? That's awesome.
Because the truth of the matter is, the record's only this little piece. It's everything that comes with it. It's riding cross country. It's riding through rain, hail, whatever the hell we're going to run into, cold. It's hanging out at the hotel, telling your road stories, right?
Mhm.
It's that, that, and who you meet is what it's all about. The
Right.
record, that was just a name, a title, World Record Poker Run. And we can set a Guinness record. Fantastic. So a lot of people want that record, and I'm 100% for that. But I'm meeting people that I would never meet. I'm riding with people I would never ride with, and I am making relationships I would never have. And that is what it's all about.
Mhm.
Cool. I agree 100%. And it's inspiring to see people get behind, a hobby or sport, whatever you want to call this.
I can't hear you. You're back.
Can they hear you? Or have you cut out at all?
I don't know. I'm not talking.
No, she's not cut out at all.
She's all
You
lit
should
up.
trade mics.
Shut up. I stopped drinking.
We should trade mics, but no, I'm kidding.
Here. You're the one that's talking. Here, I'll help him, guys. Hold on one
There you
second.
go.
That's going to be horrible. And now we're going to get them all tangled up.
Maybe it's when you plug it in.
No, because it was plugged in before.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. Am I on?
Yes. You're on too.
Okay. We brought Sonny on to fix everything. He's a fixer.
I am a fixer.
Why didn't we do that a long time ago?
I don't know, because we didn't know we had a problem.
You have a problem, not me.
I didn't know it was a woman's jacket. All right.
Oh,
But
honey.
now that you do, are you still going to wear it?
I wore it the other day
After you knew.
after I knew
Hey, it takes a man to do that.
it was hot. I needed to go ride the Fury. And I'm looking around and I'm like, I don't want to put a flannel shirt on. So yeah, I put it on.
Well, the Fury's Amy's bike, right? So girls' bike, girls' jacket makes sense.
I
Right?
knew he was going
Should have
there.
had a flowered helmet on too, huh?
You should
Right.
have. I'll make you one on the cricket.
No, you won't.
Hey, but I'd have to ask him for help because he uses the cricket more than I do.
I don't feel bad
That's
about
awesome.
it. Don't
Giving
feel
up
bad
all
about
the
that
secrets
at
now.
all. Oh man.
Looks like James and Wind Road went to bed. I guess it is 12:13 our time. What time is it there? 11:30?
11:13.
Ah, oh, your mic's cutting out again. It's not the mic. It's something. It has something to do with whatever you've got over there.
It's just
I'm just gonna
Yeah, there's something. You got maybe you have like an electronic energy that messes up the mic.
it's sexy.
maybe you should put the mesh jacket.
Yes, put the jacket on. As Amy about falls out of her chair.
You're kind of being a bitch about this whole thing. You know?
But it's so funny.
Yeah, it's real funny.
Hey, show him the hat you got.
I'm so good. Oh,
Hey, this is coming on the world record poker
you're
run,
gonna
guys.
make fun of it?
Is it?
Mhm.
Is it white mesh? The beardy got one.
Is it white mesh? Man.
This is never gonna get old.
Oh, it
Oh,
will.
it's not.
It will. It was old for me already, but I can see it. I can see that it's helping people, so I'm gonna go along with it.
It's helping people. We're all about helping people.
So Sunny and Angie, you want to come next weekend and do a ride with us?
Oh gosh, I'd love to.
We would love to. We're supposed to be in Texas this weekend.
Oh,
Yeah, we were going to the Get On Moto thing at where everybody's at Texas Motor Speedway. We were supposed to. We had all plans on going, but then we found out Desi's high school ended yesterday, and she had her play last night and tonight, and we no way we could miss that.
right.
Yeah, and then of course in a couple weeks we're going to VAMM, yeah, unfortunately it's not in the cards for us to make a quick trip to Nebraska. You're breaking up. I can't hear you.
You didn't touch the thing.
Okay, you're better now. What the hell was that? Oh, now I can't hear a thing. I can't hear Amy laughing. I can't hear anything. She's busting up, but I can't hear her. Nope. Nothing.
How's that?
There you go. Oh, you're back.
Good?
Good.
All right.
Don't move.
I don't know how I can do this and not move.
Maybe you should put the jacket on. Just see. I'm crying.
I don't like you right now.
Sorry.
Oh, good Lord. Genome, did you guys see Genome's comment?
Which one? Gino's been off the hook the whole night.
There it is. By the way, Badgers, if you're planning on doing a Men of the World Record Poker Run calendar for the event, make sure to give me 2 weeks notice beforehand. I need to buy a body razor and hit the tanning bed. So if I thought it would make us money for the facility, I would do that. But I'm afraid we would probably lose money on printing.
You know, it's not a horrible idea to do it with our bikes, though.
Bikes of the World Record Poker Run? That'd be kind of cool.
You know, I really didn't think that he was all going into that. Other than I saw the men of World Record Poker Run, and I thought he was that you couldn't go. Sorry, guys.
So,
I love you.
Angie looked at me like, "Are you insane?" That was the look I just got. Are you insane?
I had ideas. That was. I literally had ideas in my head.
Angie had ideas running through her head. She's instantly like working on, okay, how do we do a calendar?
That would be kind of cool.
What would you cut out till that last piece?
Do a calendar with the bikes.
Yeah, that would be cool.
You want my mic again?
Read that and go to bed.
Yep, you outlasted Nerdy Badger. She's headed to bed. My oldest is been here for a couple days.
Good night.
She said goodnight.
So if any of the 6 people have any questions for Sunny or Angie or us, I guess, quick, we'll go for a couple more minutes here, but then I think we'll call it a night.
Yeah, I gotta get up. I'm working on a Jeep tomorrow.
A Jeep.
Yep.
That's got too many wheels.
Yeah, we have an '88 Jeep Wrangler. So we have
CJ
old
or-
stuff.
CJ7 or CJ5?
No, it's what is it? The YJ. It's
Oh,
the
okay.
one that the predecessor to the CJ.
It's an old Jerry.
So Angie said it's an old J. We have all old stuff. So we have a '95 Toyota T100 with 300,000 miles on it. That is the Badger Mobile, runs like a top. We drive it everywhere. And then we bought this Jeep. I just like the old stuff. I mean, you know, you look at my bike, it's an 05 with 100,000 miles on it. So I just like old stuff.
I remember when those were new, though.
Right?
And I wanted one.
What's that?
The Screaming Eagle Fat Boys.
Yeah, I'm a fan of them. I mean, so when
The
I
only
look
one
at
I did want was the purple and yellow one.
yeah,
Remember that
I don't
one?
like any of the 06s. So I like the 3 of the 05s, and then they did them again in 06, and I didn't like any of the 06s.
Is that when the purple and yellow one came out? Was those-
Yeah. Yeah, and they had I think they may have had the 110 motor too. So that may have been what switched in the 2 years. I don't remember.
Well, did the 110 come out? Because the 103 was
The 103 was 05. I just don't remember what was 06, if it
I
was the
think the
103
110s
or the
came out
110.
when I think the 110s came out when they started putting 103s and everything.
Okay.
But I guess I can't be for sure on that.
No, 96. So they were usually 2 motor sides ahead. So they were doing the 88 in 05, and that's where the 103. So if they moved to the 96, that's when the 110 came out.
Right. Because the big bore kit for the 96 was the 103. Yeah, that makes sense. Because the big bore kit for the 88 was just the 95. Well, they've come along with it. Now they're coming out with 107s. And,
114s and
yeah, it's crazy. I remember when the Street Bob came out, because it had the 6-speed in it. One of the guys that worked at the local Harley dealer, the GM Roger, he bought one and he put a 113 in it. And we're like, oh my gosh, 113, that's huge. You know, he's got a hot rod, and then you ride with him, and he takes off, and it's like, man, that 113 runs crazy, you know. And I was like, oh, now they come out with 114 out of the factory.
right.
Where are they going to end up? You know?
Well, look at the Pan America. It's 150 horsepower from the factory. I mean, that's that I'm sure that's going to be a new platform. Although I heard somebody in a video or somebody say they would be it would be a while because they spent so much money in R&D for the 107s, 114s that they're going to let it run for a few years to recoup their money. But I would look for in the future for that motor that's in Pan America to be probably across their entire lineup.
Yeah, I asked that at our local dealer too, and Jared, the service guy, said that we were told that the M8 will have a 10-year.
I got you.
Because of the research and development and all that. So
Was that maybe that was your video or something I saw that said that? I just remember somebody saying that, and it makes sense. Personally, I would like to see them keep both lines and do, you know what I mean? If they want to do a bagger with the Pan America in it, then they do a bagger, a Road Glide, but it's a different edition. So for the people that like the big twin sound feel, they've got it. But for those that like the new modern Pan America, they've got it as well. I would love to see that kind of split and them have both. So then they make all the new people happy and they make all the diehards happy, right? Because if I were buying a bagger, I would probably stick to the big twin options versus because I've heard the Pan America run and it sounds like a Honda. And you don't, I'm sure it runs great and I would buy it for its purpose. But when I look at a Road Glide or a Street Glide or a Road King or any of those, that's not the sound I'm looking for. That's not the feel I'm looking for. So I would love to see them split that.
I think it'll be interesting when the custom comes out and it's got that 1250 engine in it.
Right.
Because that'll be more of a cruiser bike. What they will do as far as like exhaust and the normal Harley stuff and what it will sound like.
I imagine it's probably gonna sound like the crotch rockets with exhaust on it. I'm curious to see exactly what they get. They're not going to get the same deep Harley sound. I don't think the motor has that capacity, but I'll be curious to see if their R&D can come up with it. I mean, for 100 years, nothing sounded like a Harley. That was, and it's true, right? I can be sitting in a parking lot and hear 5 bikes ride by, and I can tell you whether it's a Harley or not.
Right.
I'm not that good yet.
No, I bet you're better than thinking. Yeah, I mean, as far as if the motor will be reliable, I mean, nobody ever wants to buy the first run or something,
Right.
But as far as if they can make it appealing to the diehard Harley guy, because the custom looks like a badass bike.
Right.
it's slung low and everything. And that motor, the one that I saw, and I know it was just an artificial rendering and stuff, but there was a lot of brass pieces on the engine for dress and stuff like that. And I thought it looked just absolutely amazing. But at the same time, 150 horsepower on a bike that size, I mean, that's going to be so much fun. I don't know if I'm going to care about the sound. And to be honest with you, I think a Crouch Rocket, like a leader bike with a good exhaust on it, sounds awesome.
Right.
So, I mean, if it wraps up like a leader bike, I mean, I'm all for it.
Well, I heard some really good sound in V rods when I worked at the dealership, and I forget where I heard it, but somebody said they kind of deconstructed the V rod motor when they were building this new 1250. Although they didn't end up using any of the technology from it, they kind of used it as a baseline. And I don't know whether this is true or false or what. I mean, makes sense, right? Because that motor was high revving, very durable and fast. So, I mean, that'd be a good place to get your base from.
The V Rod that I rode had a set of Reinhardt exhaust on it, and I thought it sounded amazing. And aside from a Crouch Rocket, that's the fastest. With the acceleration that the V Rod had, I really wish that the V Rod would have taken off more than it did, and that the diehard Harley guys would have, because could you imagine what that motor would be like today?
Absolutely. It's funny. So I took RV Rod, Baby Badger's ride to get tires this week. And since I bought it, I was like, I think the clutch is slipping on this, because when I get on it in like first gear, high RPMs, the clutch is slipping. So I put new tires on it. It was not the clutch slipping. It was literally me breaking the back tire loose.
That's I had one guy, a buddy of mine, that had a V Rod, and he said it's just for rolling burners. He said it's so much fun. He said, because we rode Crouch Rockets together, he said, you know what it was like when you were riding your bike, and at any moment you wanted to, you could flip the throttle and pull the front wheel off the ground. And I said, yeah. And he goes, imagine that, but instead of pulling the front wheel off the ground, you're spinning it anytime you want.
Yeah.
That's appealing to me. That's awesome. Have a good night, bud. We will talk to you on Friday again, I hope.
Yeah, it's about time for us to go to bed too. It's 12:30.
I think so too. Sonny, thanks for joining us. Everybody, thanks for joining us. Hopefully we'll see a bunch of you on the Great Plains Moto meet this next Sunday. So
I can't wait to see videos from it. So if you guys are in the area, go check it out.
everybody have a good night, and we'll see you later.
Tell Amy good night. Since she's already left, she went to bed. She's like, forget this. I'm out of here.
Right. She's like, I'm going to get a drink,
Yeah,
and then never come
I'm
back.
done.
All right. See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.